feedback.
Oh, there's feedback coming from somewhere. That's not a good start.
Okay, so it's the TV.
That's what I just said.
This is me. This is a live reenactment of me doing an Instagram live for the first time.
Great. Well.
All you need is me going, how do you turn it off?
Right. Is this on?
Yes.
Right? That's me.
Am I on Instagram?
So,
Oh, that happens with
hi
Facebook.
everybody. Welcome to the first book club. I promise the fall one will not be like this. But yes, so we are joined in my office by Dawn Schmidt. And Dawn, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dawn Schmidt from Smutty Book Club, NYC, Brooklyn, and virtual. And this is our genre, and I'm so happy to be here talking about these 6 great books with these 3 great authors, and can't wait.
Okay, Laura.
Yes, hi, I'm Laura Lovely. I write romance that is modern fairy tale rom-coms and sometimes paranormal.
Yes.
Hola everyone, I am Priscilla Oliveras. I write contemporary romance with a Latinx flavor. Excited to be here.
Yes, and I am Lucy Eden. I am a romance author, and I am also the creator and curator and collaborator of this awesome book box. And the reason why we're here, yay to everybody who participated. So we started a few minutes late, so we can just get going. Our first author is Ainsley Booth. Laura, if you want to grab Booty Call so
It's
we
the
can,
white one.
everyone
It's the
can
first,
see
that
it.
top white one. Yeah.
So she's
Yes.
gonna hop on in a second.
Sorry, the hard
Oh,
one.
Yes.
Yes.
With the infamous bathtub scene.
Woo! I love that cover. So
Yes.
much fun.
So I designed all the covers, but I cannot take credit for the illustration. The illustration is my wonderful collaborator, Hell Honey, who, she's amazing. And she did the illustration. So we're just going to wait for Ainsley to hop on. And if you have any questions, feel free to type them into the YouTube comment section, and our lovely stage manager will read out your questions, and we'll have the authors answer them. And if you have any questions for us, feel free to hop in as well.
Well, while we're waiting, what I love is the illustrations are like little snapshots of scenes in the books. So when you get to that scene, after you're going to start off admiring the covers and how cute they are, and then you get to that scene, and if you're like me, you're like, oh yes, I remember that. So I've loved them all.
Yeah, and let's show the inside. You can actually take the dust jackets off.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, it's like a hidden surprise.
I'm like the best person. I'm like, you guys, no way.
Oh my goodness,
It's like better than Christmas.
poster.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you
Oh
can
my
hang it on your
goodness.
wall. You can take it off.
How cute is that?
And
Oh, I
then
love it.
What's he doing?
what is he
I
doing in
approve.
there?
A plus.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
So cute.
That is like a cute surprise.
Yeah,
Exactly.
This is adorable with the bathtub. Anything with a bathtub, I am a fan of. I also have a book with a bathtub.
Oh,
yeah.
you do?
Yeah, a bathtub. Like a bathtub scene is always like my favorite is in historicals. Where like they're taking a bath. That means they're gonna make out.
Right.
I haven't written one, but that is an idea. Challenge accepted.
Yeah,
Challenge
please.
accepted now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always have to make sure to mention how big the bathtub is because visually it's very important to make sure that it's big enough for 2 people and activities.
And he looks like a large guy. Like he's
Right.
Yes. He's
like a lumberjack kind of
yes.
situation here.
From
Exactly.
the get-go.
Oh, he's an
From the-
ex-Navy SEAL, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's a bodyguard,
Yeah.
right? So Scott.
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay,
that
we
he
have
is big
a we have a
bathtub.
question.
Oh, yay.
Okay, Charlotte Loves to Read says, I adore the illustrations.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
yeah,
yay.
they're so much fun.
Christina says, I love when the dust jackets have surprises in them. They're gorgeous.
This is very old school step back, but even bigger.
Yeah. It's hard when you're indie because, if you're a large publisher with a large budget, you can do all kinds of
Right.
interesting things with books. But when you're indie and you have a fixed budget, it's you really have to get creative. So that was a good way to kind of incorporate a step back and also just like, make it something really special.
Yes. Do we need to repeat what our stage manager says so that we know so that the audience knows what we're responding to?
Well,
I don't know if they could hear.
They would actually be able to see the comments.
Oh,
in the
okay,
YouTube.
good.
Gotcha.
Great. Well, I'm trying to remember the last time I've gotten a book that, I'll buy a lot more paperback, but so I haven't bought a hardback that I would take off the desk cover.
Well,
so
wait, I don't
that's
think
like
they're also
extra
getting
special.
the full glory of like. It's
The hardback.
So
Yes,
it's
beautiful.
So if you don't want to take off if you do want to take off the dust jacket,
Yeah.
then you still have a cover.
yeah.
Because a lot of books, once you take off the dust jacket, it's just like a regular book.
Which means, like, unlike other books, everyone's still going to know what you're reading.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
On the subway, you're caught.
and that's okay.
And I would like to say on the subway, they're jealous.
They're jealous.
Yes.
not
I
that
mean,
not that I'm caught with what I'm
Definitely.
reading.
Oh, I
They're going
wanted
to
somebody
want to
like-
read when I'm reading.
Like,
Yes.
just don't mind me. I'm commuting.
Yeah. Be like, really, it's Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
So is she here?
There was one here, and then they left.
Ainsley?
No.
Okay.
Ainsley is here now.
Yes.
Oh, yay.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great.
Yay. I'm going to feel like I'm on like live with
Yeah.
somebody
We are
like
bringing
for the view.
Ainsley in
Yay.
momentarily.
And she is a trooper because she is joining us from Australia.
Oh my goodness.
What time
So-
is it there?
I have no
It's
idea.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It's either
We'll
late
find out
tonight.
tomorrow, I think.
She's joining us from the future.
The future.
Hello, time traveler.
Hello.
It's so great to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's 1:30 in the morning here.
So it
Oh
is
my
tomorrow.
goodness.
This is a little bit different than running into each other in front of the hotel in DC at a Polycon.
I know. That was, like a week and a half ago?
Mm-hmm. Had I known that you were going to Australia, I would have asked if I could carry your suitcases.
Yeah, exactly. Do you need an assistant? Good day. Okay, so what was your experience basically collaborating on the box? Like, talk a little bit about that.
My favorite is the cover illustration, which I heard you guys talking about. Because Lucy asked for a scene. Well, first of all, you gave us the choice, right, of what kind of cover did we want. And I immediately went for the naughty illustrated cover. I was so excited because it's such a fun twist on the idea of an illustrated cover being more discreet, where this is an indiscreet illustrated cover, and
Yeah,
it's so
you don't have to
sexy. So it was
advertise it on
fun.
Amazon, not going in a bookstore.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was really fun to pick a scene from the book that would go on the cover. That was an absolute joy.
Okay, and I also gave the authors a choice of which book they would like to include, and you chose Booty Call. So why did you choose this book?
Because it's a standalone, even though it's part of a series. It's very much a standalone read, and it is a reader, like fan favorite catalog entry point. Even though it's book 2 in the series, it's one of those. It's an age gap, and opposites attract, and the heroine is she knows exactly what she wants, and the hero he's a sucker for her from like page 1. There's a lot.
I
of
love
things
that. Very cool. Does anyone else have questions for?
Well, I was just going to agree. Like, as much as he's saying no, 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 when we're in his head especially, but even when we're in her point of view and they're interacting, you can see how badly he wants to say yes. And boy, he holds out for a while. There was a point where I was like, dude, come on. But right, which is the sign of a good book, right? So when they finally do, I was fully vested. So you had me from page 1. I loved. I don't want to mess up the name, but it's Allie, right? Mm-hmm. Or that's what he calls
Yeah,
her.
Allison. Yeah, Allie, yeah.
Allison. Yeah. So I was all in from the get go. That their banter, and you're right, as inexperienced as she is, she has gumption, and she stands up right and lets him know like what she wants. So I loved it. It's great heroine with a hunky hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does anybody on YouTube, on the live stream, have any questions for Ainsley? Okay, cool. So I want to ask you very quickly, before we let you go to bed, because it's 1:30 in the morning,
The sticker.
the Sex of Fashion illustration.
Yes.
What was your reaction when you saw that? Because I legit screamed.
Oh. Yeah. That again, the layers of care that went into all of the individual pieces. Loved. I love that it's a merge of the artist's individual design style and the characters, and that we got to pick their outfits and their hair color, and they're just so sexy and fun. That's the entire box. The entire box is sexy and fun.
It is. It's my aesthetic. Like I want somebody to get this box and be like, Lucy made this. They're like, is there a theme? I'm like, no. It's whatever.
It's very sexy, very playful.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's very fun.
With like we were talking earlier, like strong heroines is a theme that you see, and like heroines that I guess I would say like I want a happy hour with, or that kind of thing. So that's what I liked about all of that.
And love interests that you wouldn't have an intervention about.
Yeah. Like, why? Like, why is this? I get happily ever after, I guess.
Was there a scene that was your favorite to write?
Yeah, so there's a scene towards the end of the book where, well, a couple scenes in a row where Scott, he's doing the grovel thing, and he's really flummoxed a little bit about what Allie wants, and she makes him work hard for it. And it's like a flip of just how aggressively she goes for him at the start of the book. And that was a lot of fun to write. It was a lot of fun to read again when I was reviewing it before it was put in the box set.
Yeah, it's a great book. Thank you so much for including it. And thank you so much for being here. We're going to let you
thanks for having me.
Go to bed. Thanks so much for being a trooper. Yes. Yeah, this was amazing. So thank you so much.
It was great seeing you.
before
Oh
she
wait,
goes,
I
we
think
do
there's
have
a
a question.
question.
We have one.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a question. Read Booty Call years ago and reread certain scenes many a time because I loved it so much.
Yay!
What I forgot about years later, I blame it on the pandemic. So when I started to read it and when I got it on the box, it sounded so familiar. Then I realized I had already read it. I enjoyed my reread.
Yay!
I had
Awesome.
a similar situation because I was reading this and I'm like, ew, how many sisters have slept with the vice president and filmed it? And then I was like, wait, this is the sequel to Hancock. And I was so pleased that I got to read it.
Listen, who has not amongst us filmed ourselves having sex with the vice president? I mean, listen.
Common mistake.
We've all been in our 20s.
It happens. Yeah.
So often. But yes, Ainsley, thank you so much for joining us.
Have fun.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so next up we have Katrina Jackson.
Ooh.
Is she here?
She was here and then she left.
That
Okay.
is office
busy.
hours. Is that what
It's office hours.
got it.
So we're going to wait for her to come back. And then Priscilla actually has a giveaway.
Yes.
And you can tell us about the giveaway while we wait for Katrina to come back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, these are the books that I brought to show, but this is not part of the giveaway. This is my next coming up. But for the giveaway, I thought I would treat a book club member to book one in my last two series. So this is my book one in my Keys to Love series. And actually this right here is the beautiful dress that Lucy won. It was made by it's JF Kills Darlings. Jacqueline. I'm going to mess up I'm going to butcher her last name.
We'll put it in the comments.
Yes, but she is on Instagram, JF Kills Darling. She's an author and a fabulous seamstress. So it's book one in my Keys to Love series. It's Fake Relationship. It's set in Key West, Island Affair. And then my most recent series is the Queens of Mariachi series. They're like reimaginings of Shakespeare. West Side Love Story, you can imagine, is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, but it's with dueling mariachi bands and star-crossed lovers. And one of the bands is an all-female group. They're all sisters.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is she here?
She's here.
Yay! So one lucky winner will be introduced to both series with book one.
Okay, yeah. So if you want to win, this is not a well thought out plan. How do we do the giveaways? Just leave a comment, because we're going to have 6 giveaways. So leave a comment saying you want to win, and we're just going to pick some winners at the end. Okay, cool. So we are here. And yeah, we're coming in with Katrina.
Okay, I see her, but I do not see audio from her.
Okay.
My
Oh,
microphone
there
was
it is.
Yay.
Yay. Hey. Hey, beautiful. There she is. Okay, so first, we're just gonna jump right in the cover, which everyone was going nuts about. So yeah, let's talk about your experience collaborating, participating in the box. What was it like?
Well, I was here with Ainsley, and she got a choice. I didn't. I think you literally just said, "Give me office hours." I was like,
Yes. Okay. So because I did state that the box was going to be my personality, half of these books, literally 50%, were books that I was like, hey, you have a choice of what book you can put in, but it's going to be this one. And Office Hours was one of those books that
I loved it.
I wanted. Yeah. For obvious reasons. I mean, yeah. People were going nuts about it.
I did not have a professor like Alejandro when I was in college, and I feel gypped.
Yeah.
I just have to say.
I have never had a professor like Alejandro, so
Yes.
it's just fake.
Yeah.
This is the dirtiest cover. You know what they're
Good.
doing.
That was a specific request. When I put not safe for work on the table, yeah.
Yeah, well, I, like Ainsley, we got the choice, and I was like offended that you thought I would want a discreet cover because that is not at all my personality. And I knew immediately this scene because it's early in the book, and it was when I had the idea for the story, this was the scene that I knew I wanted to write. And we also took artistic license because I think Deja's actually wearing like pants or something like that, and I was like, don't care, like put her in a skirt, like we're doing.
Yes.
She has on jeans
Yeah,
in the
if
actual scene, but this is much better.
If Deja
And
had
everyone
known in the
remembers
morning.
that scene so
Yes.
well. They see the cover and they're like, oh yeah, page 47. It's like, okay, calm down. Relax.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So, you have been getting a lot of reactions to the cover and to the box. What was that like?
I mean, it was so much fun because I think this is the first cover where you can see, just outside of the naughty thing, you can see both of my characters on the cover, which I think a lot of readers are really happy about. I also loved like little things like Deja's hair. And so I think most readers immediately are like, ooh, what's going on here? But then I also think just, seeing the two characters in a kind of clinch was also really nice for some readers and for me.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Whenever there's like a bed sheet on a cover, this is what I imagine they're doing underneath it. So this is
And they're like looking into each other's eyes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, all of the illustrations are so good.
Yeah.
I love them. My favorite besides mine is Ainsley's. I literally was like, that's fire. I just cannot. It's so good.
There is actually a version where you can see like her full like nipple is out. So I could release that at some point.
I think you showed me that that time
Yes.
we met at Donut Plant.
Yeah.
Plug for the Donut Plant. But,
Yep. Everyone go to Donut Plant in Brooklyn.
Yes. But yeah, you showed me that one, and you were like, "Well, we're probably going to have to." And I was like, "Whoa, that is not
some-
discreet."
put some subs-
but I'm
yeah.
not complaining.
Exactly.
No censorship.
Exactly. So tell us about what you're working on. I know you're working on a bunch of stuff.
What am I working on? That's a great question.
Every
I'm
author
actually
needs
working,
this question, so please answer it.
and it's different every time because I'm
Yep.
always lying. I'm actually legitimately working on Tony and Mike's book, and they are Deja and Alejandro's good friends in Office Hours. So,
I love
yay.
Tony. I'm so glad she's getting her
Ooh.
book.
And who's the hero? Tony and who?
Mike.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you said at the beginning that you were working on your tenure when you wrote this book. Did you have a Tony? Someone to mentor you?
I did, actually. I had a lot of Tonys, which is why I think Tony feels very realized in office hours. People who sort of step in between like vulnerable people and the administration. I also had, I mean, not Alejandro in the sense that he was like, hot and sexy, but people who were really well-meaning and conscientious and good allies. I even had a lot of Mikes. And after I got tenure, I had a lot of Maries. So there are lots of these characters in my life as a professional.
Charlotte Loves to Read says, I am so ready for their book.
As we all
We are too, Charlotte. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to say, as an adjunct faculty member, I could identify with a lot of what you were saying, what Marie was dealing with. So I can see. I'm not tenure faculty or anything like that, so I can't speak to that reality. But I thought it was good how you wove in the different layers, the different types of people that would come into play, like in her life as a tenure track seeking professor.
Yeah. And Marie gets her own book as well. So the adjunct life is not over.
Nice.
We are getting all of the tea. Any updates on any sexy mafia type people?
What? No.
More?
I was like,
That's
wow.
what everyone wants to know.
Yeah. I mean, so that series ends with a very obvious spin-off coming, actually more than one. But I needed a break, I should say, from that world, from guns and whatnot.
From all the murder.
To write nice people for a second.
Mm.
So maybe next year, we'll see.
And Office Hours is also available in audio. We were both. What do we call finalists or winners or whatever? We both had our audiobooks done with the audio and color grant situation. Okay. So what was it like hearing Deja and Alejandro come to life?
Mostly it was a little embarrassing because I didn't realize this book was so dirty. Like
oh my God.
It's kind of different hearing versus reading.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so different hearing. I think in my mind, the things that stuck out were like their emotional connection and like Deja's vulnerability and all of that's there. I think Wesley did a really fantastic job. But then like listening to like Gomez like talk about what, Alejandro was doing to Deja, I was like, sir, this is a
house of learned people.
Right, like there are impressionable young minds just right on the other side of that door. What are we doing? So yeah, I didn't quite realize that the sex scenes sounded like that or would sound like that.
Oh my.
A comment from Christina Bona, or Bona, I apologize if I messed up. I'm looking forward to reading Katrina's book. Academia romance is my kryptonite.
Ooh.
Professors are sexy.
Well, I can say you're going to love this one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, which is why I demanded that it be included. You kind of sort of had a choice. A little bit.
Kind of. I think it was this or The Hitman. And yeah.
Yeah. But there is already a special edition cover of The Hitman floating around, so spread the wealth. So if you, what was it? It was Hello Lovely Box, who is also a contributor to the swag box. But yes, I love that cover as well. And before we let you go, we are going to talk about, this is it. Okay, your Sex to Fashion illustration. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, like your reaction to it, the process?
Again, it was like, do you want her to wear clothing? No. I'm not doing that. But I loved it. Deja is curvy, and I really like, again, her hair. Like, I love that there are two takes on like natural hair in between this and the cover. I love her little books. Like, it's just adorable.
And the glasses. Yeah. Yeah, it was super great.
It's super cute swag. You did a fabulous job with the whole box and the book selection and the add-ons.
I tried. So does anybody have any other questions for Katrina? Anyone else?
I mean, I have so many questions.
Okay, let's
How much
do
time do we
it.
have?
Okay, the
She
Skype
has a
scene.
notebook. Okay.
The what scene?
There was a Skype sex scene.
Oh, yes.
It was
Let's get into it.
so hot. It was possibly the hottest scene in all of these books. Also, I was concerned about, does anybody monitor Skype?
The FBI. Is the FBI watching?
That's part of the danger.
Yeah.
Ooh, the threat of Big Brother.
So I guess that wasn't a question as much as a thank you for the Skype scene. And when Deja, after the first time they're together in a bed, when she just falls right asleep, I was like, I love this character.
Like tag me next time.
She's like,
That's
done,
a different
thank
kind
you.
of book.
Exactly.
But it also showed how overworked she was.
Yeah.
And how she really needed that release and a moment to be safe and quiet and,
But I love
pleasured.
I love that he gave that to her. All of that.
Yeah. He gave
All of the
her
things you
He gave
mentioned.
her
Yeah.
everything. He gave her all the stuff.
Yes.
Thank you.
The cover on the audiobook, is that the same as the cover on the book that isn't in this series? Because that just has Alejandro on it, and Deja is the main character, so
Yeah.
that's why I really like this cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard Lucy talking earlier about covers, and we all kind of have to make decisions as indies, like what kind of covers can we find? And I found this image, and it looks about how I imagined Alejandro, but I knew I would never be able to find, obviously, one that might depict them together. And then before this, most of my covers had Black women on them, and so this was a bit of a departure to sort of see how it did. Did well. Y'all were very happy.
He did.
fine.
See a hot man.
Yeah, that dude is hot. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what he's teaching, but I need to learn all of the things.
Sign me up for that
History.
class.
Extra credit. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
History.
I know. Double major.
Yeah.
And who was in the office who overheard them? Do you know?
So
Are you
actually,
gonna
no
tell us?
one. They're just paranoid, which I think is so. The sort of beauty of like an office romance thing, that sort of fear that you might get caught. But there's really, I mean, if you work on a campus, you know that no one really cares about you. They're also overworked. They're also tired. They just want to go home. They're there after hours. So, yeah, no one hurt them. No one cares. Bless them, but no one
It's
cares.
just that fear, kind of
It's just
upping
fear.
the.
Makes it more exciting,
yeah,
more intense. Yeah.
I kept
And they
waiting
did
for
it
the
anyway. So clearly
weird
they
old
didn't
guy to
care.
wink at them.
Yeah.
The janitor. Listen, the maintenance crew, they know everything. They know everything that goes on. They have all the keys.
Yeah.
I actually made a
And
note
also
of that. The janitor knows everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do.
And it was delightful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we have like 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicken wings and ranch are delicious. Do not strike that against him. Like,
Ooh.
it's delicious.
I have to be with you on that one, but I forgive everyone's personal preference, but I also enjoy ranch dressing on chicken wings and pizza. But somebody from Detroit taught me that, so I thought it was like a Detroit thing, but I don't know if that's true.
I've heard of blue cheese and pizza crust.
Yeah.
I've heard of blue cheese on wings. I've
Yeah.
heard of ranch on wings. I've just never had it.
Blue cheese is the standard.
Okay.
But ranch, delicious.
Okay.
Really? We're missing out on
We
something.
are
obviously.
missing out.
And frankly, I would eat. Well, I'm not going to say anything because I'm not a sushi eater. But maybe even for Alejandro, I probably would.
Yeah. But Katrina, how do you eat your wings?
Blue cheese.
Of course.
Okay.
Sorry. Ranch is also good. If they don't have blue cheese, I will take ranch. But
All right. But your character Deja thinks it's disgusting.
Deja has lots of opinions.
Was
When
there a favorite scene of yours to write? I asked that of Ainsley. Was there some part that you really enjoyed either writing or reading when you went back to it?
I think I actually like all of the scenes where they're together. I didn't, in my mind when I had the idea for this, it was just very Deja and Alejandro centric. And then as I started writing, Mike emerged and Tony emerged and Marie. And so actually my favorite scenes to go back and read are all 5 of them together.
Oh.
So, Christina, again, is ranch and chicken wings not a thing? It's pretty common here in Texas.
Yeah.
Regional, must be regional.
Maybe.
Must be regional. Yeah, I've heard of it, but yeah.
I think it must be regional. Yeah.
Very cool.
Well-
Anyone else have anything non-wing related to ask?
No, I think it's great that the other
Going back to the
characters
wings.
came
No, I'm
alive because then it gave you like it's so well written that then like as a reader like right I wanted to know more about Tony and I wanted to know more about Marie. So it was it's a golden opportunity that they came alive like that for you when you were writing those scenes so that as a reader I fell in love with them and wanted to know more. Hence why we're all excited to hear that you're writing their stories. So yay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about Katrina's writing is that all the characters are so well developed. They're all like real people, so you want to know more about them. Like, is the cab driver that picked them up from the airport getting a book? Because he was really interesting.
We have 2 more comments.
That's actually a Lucy
And
thing
guess
as well.
what?
There are all these side characters who have like these really developed backgrounds and you're like, give me that book too.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, we got some more comments, and then we're gonna let Katrina get back to her Sunday.
Same in Florida.
For the
And very
chicken.
common in the Midwest as well. Also,
More wing
From-
stuff. They're like the wings. It's all we're gonna talk about for the next.
from,
Katie, Robert, tell us about your wing preference. We need to know.
from A. Fisher, do we get peeks of Deja in the next book as well?
Oh.
Yes, she and Alejandro are having some, are making some big life decisions.
I think that's what we love as readers, a series. Like when I come to a series and I find it at book whatever 2, 3, or 4, a well written series, right? The main characters or the leads from before are woven in this book. So then I'm like, wait a minute, how did they get together, right? And then I go back and find those books.
Yeah.
So even though they're standalones, you get so invested in their community, right? Whether they're found family or their real family, whatever those main secondary characters are, that you want to go back and read them. You
I
do
also
that really
love
well.
like the micro trip of when you have a second book, and then like that character's having a romantic problem, and the people from the first book give like very wise advice and pretend like they weren't just doofuses.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, I've learned everything. Let me tell you.
6 months
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
We're gonna make fun
Yes,
of them,
yes.
which is
But it is fun to touch base, right? Like to see, oh look, they're engaged now, or if it's whatever time in the future, oh they have a baby now, right? So
Yeah.
you feel like you're touching base with old friends, right? So we look forward to that. I'm going to look forward to that in Tony and Mike's book.
Okay, so we did go over by a minute, which is totally fine. But thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for contributing this amazing book to the box that we're all obsessed with. So we will be stalking you to get the rest of those books.
okay. Like crime.
Yes.
Love it. Love
Although
it.
I'm not one to talk, I do have some books of my own to finish. But we're talking about you now. We're not. Don't worry about me.
Got it.
All
Got
right.
it. Thanks for
Bye.
having
Good
me.
to see you.
Bye.
Yes, thanks for
Bye.
coming. Okay, so our next author is going to be Katie Robert, and while we wait for her to show up,
Oh, she's here.
Laura Lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, she's coming on at 1:55. So Laura Lovely is here, and we are going to talk about her books, and she's also doing a giveaway.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm doing a giveaway. I'm just pretend how beautiful. Pretend the screen is so beautiful for you right now.
There you go.
I'm gonna give away as a collection of all of my paperbacks. So I have one series called Fairy Tale Remixes, and I call them hot and humorous modern fairy tale rom-coms. The first one is Splash Me, which, if anybody remembers the 1980s mermaid movie Splash with Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks, a classic.
Yes.
Classic
It is
rom-com.
What child in the 80s didn't try to drown
mean,
themselves? They're like, no, this is how it works.
Every time I look at the Statue of Liberty, I'm like,
right
how'd
back,
she
Mom.
climb up there?
Yeah.
Like,
Good luck.
how'd you
Yeah.
get up there?
If you stay in the water long enough,
Yes.
you
You
grow
will,
a tail.
yeah.
Oh, no, 100%. Every time I'm like,
Get in the bathtub. Another bathtub.
Yes!
Another
like,
bathtub.
I'm almost like, which pier did they jump off in the end to end up in the blue Caribbean water?
Oh my God.
Yeah, the water was so blue in the Hudson River. Even
Yeah.
as a child, I was like, wait a
ew.
second.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Where's the smell?
so the first one is inspired by that. The second in the series is called Pumpkin Pounder, which is my best title. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I love that.
I'm well known for having a fondness for redheads, and one of my friends sent me this meme where a comedian was a redhead, and he is like, I heard there's a thing called Pumpkin Pounder. This girl in a bar came to me and was like, hey, I'm a pumpkin pounder, and
Oh
he's
my
like,
gosh.
I don't know what that is. It's just like, means I like to pound pumpkins.
So you immediately had to write a book.
Right, so it's
About-
an Urban
of course.
Dictionary. It's like a woman who like exclusively likes to sleep with redheads, and the comedian joke was like, "Where were you in high school?" So the heroine of Pumpkin Pounder has a thing for redheads. It's a Cinderella retelling, but a reverse retelling. So it's a Halloween party, and she's dressed as Sally from the Nightmare Before Christmas, looking for her pumpkin king.
Aww.
And she finds this very like sexy redheaded Irish guy who's in town, and then they have a one night stand that goes on and on.
Yes.
That famous trope.
Yes.
The one night stand.
Is-
That wasn't. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then the second series is the Sea of Love series, which was my first series, and it is my version of like the Little Mermaid's backstory. So the first book is called King of the Sea, inspired by King Triton, the mythological character, not the Disney character.
Yeah. Right.
Legal.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney.
No.
What?
No. Just
Which
the
is so
Greece.
funny that Katie Robert is next. So
Oh, great.
I'm going to
Great.
ask her all about that because she has an amazing series that is in no way at all connected to Disney
No.
or anything.
None of us.
No.
No.
No. So, King Triton, who's,
Okay.
really against inter-mer-human relationships, was really mad that his daughter's in love with some prince guy, and he's like, I'm gonna go to the coast and find this guy, and then it's a big coast.
Yeah.
He stumbles upon a woman who is an orphan who's run away to Monte Carlo to join the opera and be a dancer.
That book is amazing. I read that book and I loved it, and everyone should read it.
So she's dancing on the beach because she's passionate, and then he's like, oh, humans are great! And then the second book is Princess of the Sea, which is the wedding, which, very clearly, I was watching the, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle wedding, after, before I read this book.
Nice.
There's a big veil, and I was really, but I was really thinking about, no, but for real, if, a mermaid married, Genovia, coastal Genovia.
Yeah.
If she
There
married
you
a
go.
prince, it would be, kind of a big, political, socioeconomic, there's consequences,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the
Conflict.
wedding, and how's her family of mermaid demigods, how are they gonna jive?
Right.
That,
Awesome.
and the hero in this book, I should say, is modeled after there's a picture from Much Ado About Nothing with Denzel Washington and Keanu Reeves as brothers.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
that's
a good
always
movie.
imprinted in my brain.
Everybody has that very specific.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the prince is modeled after Denzel Washington, and then he's got a
my.
sexy captain cousin who hopefully will feature later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay, cool. So she's going to give away those books. And, we do have one.
We have 2 questions,
Okay, and then
Oh,
we're going
yay.
to hop in with Katie.
Comments.
comments. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna go for it. Ad absurdum
Yep.
says, "I'm always a sucker for a good fairy tale retelling."
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
And Colleen F says, "Pumpkin Pounder, LOL, love that title."
Thank you.
Yes, that's so good. So yeah, if you love fairy tale retellings, you are going to love this next author who kind of doesn't really need an introduction, but yeah. Here we go. There she is. Hi. We are
Sorry, I was just buying Pumpkin Pounder.
Thank you.
It is so good. I think I did a giveaway for
Yeah, you
Pumpkin
did.
Pounder in my newsletter
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
It's a great.
It's a great title. It's a great book. Yes.
As is this one.
As is that one. So this one is super special because this is one of the ones where I gave the authors a choice of what books they wanted to give away. And Katie was like, why give away one book when you can give away 3? And I was like, yeah. So it's 3 books. It is a chunky boy. Yes. And I also learned, like, you know, how to format and, like, order giant books. So that was also helpful. But yes, it's amazing. And I do love a good polyamory where everyone is in love with everyone. Nice. It's not a triangle, and you know, it's also like suspenseful, and there's a little violence, which is great. But yeah, it was fun. So Katie, welcome. And yeah, tell us about your experience participating in the swag box. That's what we're asking everybody.
I absolutely should have chosen the not safe for work cover because like I saw the like Katrina's and I was like, oh my god, like
I know.
Amazing.
Oh no, does that mean you're gonna have to participate in another box? Oh no, that would be the worst thing ever.
Never say no. Yeah, I mean I love this cover obviously, like it's so like atmospheric and perfect for these 3 chaos monsters. But yeah, it's I love what you've done with the whole like the box in general, and it's just so freaking cool. Like I'm like I unpacked mine, but I just like have it in the box that I'm like pawing through it like a totally normal person.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of boxes, very quickly, Katie has just finished yet another insanely successful Kickstarter.
It's so awesome.
And I have been trying not to, because bonkers is one of my favorite words, and I've been trying not to use the word bonkers to describe things because it's now like synonymous with this Kickstarter project. But please tell us about your swag box, which I have ordered and cannot wait to get. Please.
It's amazing.
We decided to I kind of accidentally on purpose like conned my way onto the Bonkers Romance podcast. Like now I'm part of it forever. They can never take it back.
Yay!
And so it's 6 books, brand new books, formatted into like a flippy floppy style. Like if you've been around for a hot minute back in the early aughts, maybe before then, they had like it's like you flip it and you could start from either side.
Yeah.
So it's 6 books in special editions like that with like of course the not safe for work art because we love the dirty art like the most. And it's got each book has vellum inserts and also greeting cards. I think that's it. No, and there's happily ever after cards. It's like slice of life, like super cutesy. I'm very excited.
Yeah, the
to start
illustrations
packing.
are amazing. I love all of them. I've been stalking the Kickstarter. Yeah. Every time I read it, like I probably like every few days I just like read the Kickstarter. Even though I backed it, every time I see April 2023, I just get a little sad. I know April 2023 is coming eventually. But I'm like, I'm not going to get these till next year.
The anticipation, like that build
Yes.
anticipation, girl. When it comes, you're going to be like, woo!
Yep. Oh, we do have a question really quick before you go on.
Okay, so, oh no, we have 3. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Ad Absurdum says, I'll read.
Oh,
okay.
It was a typo.
I'll read absolutely anything Katie writes, and there's always something so comfy about her HEAs. Christina says,
Same.
I love the. I don't know how to read that.
Thelanian.
Yeah.
Oh my God, can you please just really quick tell us how to pronounce it? It has been, I've been saying Thelanian.
I say Thelanian, but it is a made-up word, so pronounce it however you would like to.
It's made up.
We're going to say Thelanian.
Thelanian.
Yeah, all words are made up, right?
Yeah.
Thelanian. We're going to go with the author.
We'll go with the author's
Okay.
preference.
I love the Thelanian Dynasty, and that cover is gorgeous. And Colleen says, I backed the Kickstarter and cannot wait to see it in person.
Yes.
The thing that's so cool about both these Kickstarter boxes is like with the illustrated like goodies and stuff, it's like a way to take the illustrated cover but like really show some extra spots in the book and like get a different like take on the story and the couple and like a little like extra way to like explore them instead of just like what's in your head, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially the like sexy misfits.
Oh, did we show the inside of Katie's?
Katie's?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So we got to make sure that we get the full picture.
To me, that's just like
It's
like
so
posters that you could put
Yes.
up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's gorgeous.
I'm obsessed with using all of the real estate as possible, and I was
You're
also
right, yeah.
looking for a way,
love
like I said
it.
before, to make it cost effective for me and the readers. Because this box, even though it's 4 times a year, it is a little pricey. So I was trying to keep it, but yes, I know, because you're doing foil, right, Katie?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are doing,
Yes.
I looked at
'Cause-
foil, I looked at everything, I looked at embossing, I looked at stenciling on the spine. I was this close to doing my own stenciling on the spine, and one of my friends
Oh my
was
God.
like, stop it.
Good friend.
Stop
Good
it.
friend.
That is a good friend. That is a
Yes.
good friend.
She literally looked at all the stuff I was doing for the box, and she's like, enough. I have an airbrush.
Well, it's
we'll
already
see. Maybe
so
next year.
special. Like, you put so much love into it, and it really shows. Like,
Oh,
from
thank
the
you.
additions to like the swag to like the packaging. Like, you are a packaging queen. I bow down.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, but same, yes. Yeah, we actually had, what was that, like a year ago, where we had like a Zoom where it was, we were just both like trading swag box ideas. So
Yeah.
like there are certain elements of this swag box that are inspired by the ideas that I got from Katie. But yeah, I love it. It's so much fun for me. I could not imagine doing this every month. I also could not imagine
Ooh.
doing more than, I capped mine at 100. So like quick plug, the fall boxes are on sale and I'm capping it at 100. So get it while you can. But yeah, your first Kickstarter was over 800 boxes, right?
Holy Toledo.
Yeah, it was 876 backers. So it wasn't all boxes. Some of them were just like one book. But yeah, it was. My husband was like.
It was.
That's
like,
that's a little successful.
right?
Just a little bit.
Yes.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
like set up a shipping station in our garage now for stuff going forward because he's like never again on the dining room table because that's where it was all packed.
Yeah, it was bananas.
So is it like a family affair? Like you have family, friends like coming over, like it's shipping day. We're getting pizza and we're.
It was. I learned some things with the Wicked Villains one, and there was a lot of customization offers. So it took me, I think, 6 weeks to ship everything. Like when all was said and done, because I'd like sign everything. In hindsight, it was a lot. But yeah, my husband is like the master shipper of everything now. Like he's taken over my Etsy shop even. So he tells me how to set it up, and I set it up and help.
Nice.
Yeah, that is one thing I learned from Katie when I was doing my box. I was like, I'm not personalizing anything. It is not an option. And not even signing. Would you mind showing the signature page?
Yes.
Yeah. So all of the
See,
books...
that signature page is so smart.
Thank you. But yeah, there is it's a digital signature page. So you still get a signature from the author, and most authors write like a nice little note.
Nice.
But it helped me cut down the cost on the boxes, and also, helped the authors, and because everybody has like wrist issues.
I was gonna say we all have.
Every author has
carpal
wrist
tunnel.
issues. So it's like, I know you have wrist issues from writing 17 books a year, but could you also sign these 95 books
Oh my
and
gosh.
also like ship them back to me? Thanks. And don't mess up any of them. Great. And I need them back by this date. Awesome.
Wow.
Does your husband also sign the books?
No, but he is on a like grand campaign to get me to sign nothing at all ever. Like it's not digital. He has not won yet, but we've slowly backed off. Like my Patreon and now my Etsy shop are digital signatures only with like special editions and stuff because he's like, your hand is going to fall off, and he's not.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. He's
Yeah.
not
Right.
wrong. Carpal tunnel's real.
Yes. So we do have another question.
Christina says, my dust jackets unfortunately became damaged, but Lucy was kind enough to give me replacements. I framed the damaged dust jackets because they're just so pretty.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I am also like super. Okay, little fact about me: I used to work for the Disney store, and if anyone has worked for the Disney company, the customer service training you get, it is like a hair's breadth away from brainwashing.
Oh.
So anytime I got, I was actively stalking the comments, because also for me, like, this box was really like a labor of love for me. It was like just fun for me. It was like a fun thing to do. But I was like stalking the comments and the unboxing videos like crazy. So anytime anyone had like the slightest issue, I was like, well, okay, I'm going to fix it. So yeah, absolutely. If your dust jackets were damaged, send me a picture of the damage, and yeah. But yes, I'm so glad that you got them. I remember Christina very well. We had some very nice and pleasant email exchanges, and also everyone was like super nice. So and I think I got, I don't really think I had any like complaints really.
How could you?
I know.
this
I
is
feel like
amazing.
you went above. You went
This
above
isn't
and
even all the
beyond.
stuff,
Right.
but yeah.
Oh, do you want to talk about?
I know.
Oh, yes,
these
absolutely.
little are so cute.
And we also have to, like, I'm checking the time. Okay, so let's talk about this really quick, and then I have another very specific question. But the sexy fashion illustration.
Yeah, I was like, make her naked. Like, no clothes. We don't need clothes. She likes wine. Have a wine, and that's all she needs. It's perfect. It's so
I love that. You're not the first author that said that. Like, Katrina said the same thing. Yeah. You're naked. They're so cute.
I think she drank more bourbon than wine, but
she was a bartender.
Yes,
So
and
yeah,
she had her. Was it rum and coke? No. Anyway, she.
I
chose
don't
good
remember
drinks.
now.
So with our lead-in, I'm not sure if you heard. Laura Lovely has books that are absolutely not affiliated anyway with Disney in any way, shape, or form. And I wanted to know if you had any experience with that, or anything you can discuss, possibly a wildly popular book series.
I write fairy tale retellings. The mouse is, and I don't even say the D word anymore, just because like enough people have been like weird about it that it's like, oh no, leave me alone. But I've been obsessed with fairy tales since like the beginning of time, and it's like one of my hyperfixations. And so I, right around a couple years ago, was like, wow, like, obviously villain stories exist, but I hadn't seen anything quite like how I wanted to tell it, or how I wanted to read it rather. And so I was like, let's just write some fairy tale retellings that, have some Easter eggs in them, if you're very familiar with the various retellings across many different types of people and companies. And just sort of ran with it. But yeah, it's been wildly successful. It's been very interesting.
Well, that's upsetting. Like, do you hear people saying, Disney, you're stealing from Hans Christian Andersen or the Grimm brothers? I mean,
or like mythology.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
And in most cases, they're saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, Hera was not Hercules' mom. And
no, she tried to. That's why he went to Earth, because she was trying to kill him.
And Little Mermaid is not a happy ending.
No.
I like to use the word, like with my Shakespeare series currently, I like to say reimaginings. I'm not retelling their story. I'm reimagining like my version of it.
Yeah.
And same thing like that you just said, Katie, there are little Easter eggs because I leaned into musicals based on Shakespeare, right? So like there are little Easter eggs for West Side Story, the musical, in here, but it's my version. And even like one of my girls tried to say, Mom, if you're writing a romance, how can you do Romeo and Juliet like they die? How are they not going to die?
Yeah.
And I said, the same way that Disney did Hamlet with the Lion King, and they're all happy dancing at the end, right?
You can,
and not
you
in
can tell
Hamlet,
a romance
right?
author because they're determined to make Romeo and Juliet a happy ending. They're
Yes.
like, it was
So I'm
wrong
like-
the first time.
Yeah.
But
But
also,
so I like to say they're
make them
reimaginings.
not like 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Can
Yes,
we also
yes,
do that?
But I like to say
Yeah.
reimagining because it's my version of it, just like all these other people have. You know what I
Right.
mean? So and I think that's part of storytelling. That whole what if question.
Yes.
I do think a lot of that pushback comes from the fact that most people's, these days anyways, their first introduction to fairy tales is through the mouse. And so they just sort of assume that that's the origin of it, rather than realizing that these stories go back thousands of years in some cases. And so it's it's just kind of like they're like, this is my only interaction with it. And it's the same way that like when people read a book that they gets really popular and then they assume that anyone who has anything remotely similar is a knockoff, even though that book drew its origins from something else as well. It's just people not everybody hyperfixates, which I just don't understand. Why wouldn't you want to know where everything comes from? Like,
yes.
And read the original, like, can I get the German translation?
Exactly. What did I miss? So Katie is doing a giveaway that I am not eligible to win, but whatever. Would you like to tell us about this giveaway?
I'm not gonna lie. My brain is swishy, and I completely forgot what I put in. So please tell me too.
Oh, it's one of the sample boxes from the Bonkers Romance.
Perfect. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. It's one of the sample boxes from the Bonkers Romance, which I think it'll be an actual like full box because I have all the stuff now. So like it will be the 3 editions or the 3 special editions. The Happily Ever After art, Not Safe for Work art, the vellums, the 6 vellums, and there's something else. Oh, and no, it won't have the sticker because I don't have that. So it'll be those things.
And it'll be expertly shipped by your husband.
Yes.
Yes. Oh God.
Okay, guys, be right back. I'm off to create a burner YouTube
I know.
account.
I'm like maybe I can use like my non-pen name email.
Smooshy Schmieden has won. Congratulations, Smooshy.
That's a good name.
Yes, Smooshy. No one will ever know it's me.
I mean, it seems legit to me, so.
Exactly. Yeah, somebody's already impersonating you on Instagram.
Oh my
so
God.
No way.
Yes.
They like successfully too. It has like so many. It took me so long to get to 5,000 followers, and they got to 7,000 followers in like a day.
What? No
way.
Is it a fan or an enemy?
Probably a bot-ish.
I have no
idea. They're DMing people and asking for money, right?
Yeah, there's like a bot
I think
scam that
so.
happens a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
People
but
like
they,
that. I'm
blocked
always
me.
like, why could you not use your like incredible IT talent for like something good?
But also, like, why would Katie Robert be DMing me asking for money?
Yeah.
I would just be like, give me special artwork from the Wicked
Exactly.
Villain series,
Listen.
and maybe I will.
Exactly. Okay, we have 2 questions.
Ooh, yay.
Ad Absurdum says, that's so exciting, and Colleen F says, you guys are doing awesome giveaways.
We're trying. I love a good giveaway. I do. I'm a little salty that I can't win any of them, but I'm happy for all of you, I guess.
So, Katie, you're probably all consumed with the current Kickstarter, but is there something else that you're working on that you can share with us?
Something
Let's see,
Olympus
what can I
related?
share? I have lots of secrets. Like my hair should really be bigger because there's lots of secrets right now. I think I could talk. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yes!
I'm working on some queer pirates.
Let's get some tea.
A series that's going to be queer and pirates and fantasy.
Oh my God!
Trifecta.
I am so like in our flag means death
I was
with
just
Grawl.
gonna say, yeah. Okay, so that's all I was
I literally have
face just, like,
goosebumps. Yeah,
lit
like
up.
it's happening. Like goosebumps are happening on my arms right now. But please go on.
It'll be tonally closer to like Black Sails than our flag means death
Because he
so
was
deeply
a
obsessed
gay
with that show.
pirate who was the
They're
best pirate.
They're so like that first season like bait and switched me so hard, and I deeply appreciate it because I was like, okay, like this series is good, whatever. And then at the beginning of season 2, I'm like, oh, they're all gay, awesome, I'm in, I'm so in. So yeah, I don't know when it's coming. I cannot share any details beyond the fact that they are queer pirates in a fantasy world, and it is coming for sure at some point in the future.
How does one do pirate research? Are you running
You know,
around pirate garb?
It's fantasy, so we're
She had a
doing
boat
a
and
little
she's, like,
swishy
hijacking people,
swish
stealing
on
their
world
stuff.
building. Yeah.
Boats
Yeah,
and
you know, but they smell
eye patches.
good. They smell really good. No scurvy.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy, so they have like,
Yes.
you know,
Gotta have a
it's
bag of
important to me
oranges
that they
when
smell
you-
well. Yeah.
Sorry, I have this book that we read.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for this book in the box because it was like 3 in 1.
Yeah.
I loved Meg, and you had like so many real things as well as, well, hello. But like Meg talks about like 4 months worth of debt takes like 4 years
Forever.
to recover from, and there is sex on sofas and pools and kitchens and tubs and showers,
Oh
and
my.
it was very nice. But then poor Meg almost, well, I don't know if you didn't read it, so I'm not going to tell you, but like she goes through a lot, and Theo is an idiot. I don't think I would want him to lead my country if he forgets things like, if people are after you, don't give ladies money in your name. He forgets things like condoms and his mother's birth date and one other thing.
She's got a list of things here that he
This
needs
is
to
why she's in charge, because she literally has a notebook with notes, and we're like,
He forgets to tell his brother what's happening before he gives a press conference.
Maybe he needs some
You know,
vitamin
so-
B12. It happens to all of us.
This book or this series originates from one, it was my first like hardcore foray into indie, and so I was like, I'm just gonna go hard. But the other thing, where it originates from,
that's
and
what
if you
she
go
said.
watch it, so if you go watch this like little skit thing, you'll understand Theo like intrinsically is back in like 2019 or whenever it was. Harlequin did a bunch of like date with a book boyfriend type situations.
Yep, they did.
And the Prince one cracked me up because the lady in it looks so unsure the whole time. Like he's just like, we're going on a thing, and she's like, are we going on a thing? Like, I don't know how I feel about this. And it just like hit me of like, oh, what if the Prince was a big ol' like dunderhead? Like, what if he needed his bodyguard to like keep him alive because he does a lot of really silly things because he's so privileged and just like, like it's fine, I got money, cool. And so that's where Theo comes from. Like he's sexier than that Prince, but he is, yep.
Theo wouldn't be a catch without, is it Galen? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Together, they make like a good boyfriend, but separately, no,
Yeah.
Galen's too distant and Theo's too much of an idiot.
that's why you need them both.
You need them both.
Yeah.
They balance each other very well.
Yeah. We were also saying how sexy it was that he paid her student loans.
Yes.
I'm like, forget the sex. Forget the sex scenes. He paid her student loans. Like, that alone. Like, here's my underwear. Thank you. Like, is there a dark closet or a corner? Where are we going?
Yeah, in hindsight, if I wrote this book now as opposed to back when I did, she would just be like, cool, thanks for the money, bye. And like would just, wouldn't even be mad about it. Would just be like, well, you're silly, I'm gonna take this gift and I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do have a question.
These are in regard to the pirate book.
Oh, okay.
Ad absurdum says, can I just give you my credit card now?
Literally, like, we're all...
See, this is why the Instagram bot chose you, because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
people just want to give Katie Robert money.
That's why. They're watching this right now, and they're
like,
crafting
okay,
their
yeah.
like pirate-themed DM asking for money right
that's
now.
terrible.
Do you want the pirate book early?
don't
Give me
do
your
it.
credit
I've
card
never-
number.
Oh my gosh.
It would work for me, and I'm literally in the conversation knowing that there's a chance this might be the real Katie, so I'm not gonna risk it.
And Christina says, all I heard was queer and pirates. I'm in.
I mean, what else?
Perfect.
What else do you need? Oh my
I'm the
gosh.
same, honestly. I need more of that in my life. So I'm like, I'm going to put it out in the universe and hopefully more will follow so I can read them.
Yes,
Yes.
manifest it. You're going to manifest it.
Totally. So we are totally over time, but
Sorry.
I am not sad. No regrets. But yeah, is there any like parting words before we let you get back to your Sunday? And thank you so much for taking the time for
it's
us.
been fun.
I'm just so deeply grateful to be included in this box, and also I'm very excited for fall and like winter and spring because I backed it because your author lineup is stellar, and so
I am still
invested.
gobsmacked that so many people said yes. Like every time I just slid into people's DMs that I had kind of sort of a passing like communication with, like, hi, would you want to think? And they're like, yes, absolutely. What do you want?
But look
So-
at what you put out. Like you have a reputation for,
Yeah.
like you take it serious, and what you put out is incredible. So
I did actually get more than a few pep talks from Katie, because I was very nervous about, like, is this gonna work? Is anyone gonna want it? And she's like, yes, they're good. Yes, they will. Please, they're absolutely going to want it. Yeah. And so many people trusted me with their money, because there was literally the Kickstarter, like, and this is advice that Katie gave me that was excellent, and it's probably why her Kickstarter made $1 bajillion, but I kind of ignored, because not because it wasn't great advice, it's because of my ADHD, but you know exactly what you're getting with Katie's box, which is why it's so, like, I was like, oh, I have to get this because this is what I'm getting. But so many people trusted me with no information. I was like, you're gonna get some books and some stuff. Give me your money. And they did. So
But that's part of the fun, is the
Yes.
surprise.
right. I was also surprised. I was putting them together and I'm like, this is a lot of stuff. And I'm watching the unboxing videos, and all anyone is saying in the unboxing videos is, guys, this is a lot of stuff. Like, people were like exhausted halfway through. They're like, oh man, there's more? Oh, when you take off the covers, there's more stuff? But yeah, I'm really grateful to all of the authors who trusted me with their stuff, to the backers who gave me their money without knowing what they were going to get. You ladies for showing up and not knowing what was going to happen. This was not a well thought out plan, but it worked out. And yeah, I'm super grateful. And thank you so much. And thank you, Katie, for everything you had to do with this process.
Oh, thank you. Like, I really enjoy talking with you because I learn so much all the time. So I'm glad I can, like, give and take with that.
Yep. So yeah, we do have to wrap up because we do have another author.
It was so
waiting, but
good to
thank
see
so much.
you.
It was so great to see
Good to
you.
see you. Thank you.
Bye.
happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Okay. So our next author, we can roll right into our next author, who is Rebel Carter. Yes.
It's the very
There.
bottom.
I got it.
Can you get
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I'm like, if I try to reach across, I'm gonna knock over something.
That's okay. I got it.
She is our designated Vanna White.
Yeah, I actually am thrilled because this is like the job I always wanted. So
Yes!
like,
There she is. Hey, gorgeous.
Hi.
Hi. So we're asking all of our authors, what was the process like contributing to the box, working on the box? I should say before she answers, Rebel Carter is also one of the authors that I was like, okay, great, you can choose any book in your catalog, but it's got to be this one. I love this book so much. It's the only romance book that I have read, like, cover to cover, and then immediately read again. Yeah, I read it twice
That's
in one
really
day
great.
because I loved it so much. But yes.
I finally, when I started reading, I was like, oh, that's why there's 3 rings. I was just like, that took a
I
while.
get
So
it.
I'm like, oh.
Girl,
Yeah.
we don't pick in
The
this house.
inside is just so
Yeah.
cool.
Both of them.
Yeah, I love the font. I love everything.
So contributing to this one, do you want to tell them about, what was it, 3 a.m. we made this book
Oh,
cover?
yeah. So I did want the box to be as collaborative as possible. So all of the authors, even though it says in the contract that I do have the final say, because you also, if anyone has worked as a graphic designer or worked privately with clients, they'll just always have like, okay, I'm going to send back more things and more things and more things. And it's like, no, I'm doing this. But I actually had a slightly different cover. Pretty much all the elements were there, but I had because it takes place in Montana. So I had these mountains, these Montana mountains, and the mountains were not working. And Rebel was very vocal about the mountains not working, but she was right. And we're very happy with the result. But yes, go ahead. But yeah, we were up for hours.
Friends. So I was,
and we're friends, so it wasn't like I didn't know her before this, and she was like, "Listen, get rid of those mountains."
It was said with love. Okay, let's just remember. I was like, I think it's awesome, but
yes, Which is great because I wanted the authors to feel like a sort of ownership. I wanted to feel like very collaborative because it's their work.
Well, and for if you take the dust jacket off, this feels like it feels very much like the Bible that you would like swear on while you're getting married, you know?
Yes, in like the Old West. Yeah.
And there's letters, so it's the epistolary
Right.
Is
part.
it raised?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not raised.
It looked raised for a second. I was like, wow.
I was I learned a lot of Photoshop tricks doing this project. But yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, so that cover actually was inspired by a book that I read, I think when I was like 9 or something. You know when you were like reading the dirty books in the library and they had to like make you sign the clipboard? On your like actual account or whatever, and I don't even think I had a library card at that point. Whatever. I was just in there, and it was a Western, and it was white, and it had gold font, and I, for the life of me, have tried to find this book, and I can't. And I don't understand. It like imprinted on me as a core memory, and so when I saw what was going on with Heart and Hand's special edition cover, I was like, these are all really great, but I'm always a firm believer of less is more, which is like why that cover always stuck out to me. And I think if you've looked at the Gold Sky series, you see that there is an aesthetic, and I had a heavy hand designing each one of those covers with my designer. So I felt pretty confident in kind of communicating what I wanted, and it looked so good. Like it's just, it was nice because I got to have a book now that looks like that dirty book when I was 9 that I cherish so much. Yeah, and then look at it; it's so pretty. It is. I was really happy to work on it with Lucy and get kind of it dialed in. Because discrete covers are hard.
Discrete covers are so hard. Oh my god. Yeah.
I thought I was being like fun and quirky when I was like, I will take a discrete cover because I have never done one of those, and now I was like, oh gosh.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So,
But discrete covers are dangerous because then on Goodreads, people say too much sex. It's like,
and it's like, oh, well, where's my credit card? Hold on. You didn't say there was too much sex. Why did I put that as the first line? So I could spend the rest of the time I would have spent reading the review, buying the book, and reading it that has too much sex in it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
that always makes me want to buy the book.
Yeah, that's
always
reviews that sell books. Yeah.
Yes. Too much swearing.
Cha-ching! Right.
Yep.
Oh, I think the mix of the fonts, like even, I'm not a graphic designer, and I will say like with the Keys to Love series, the ideas that I sent them, they did not use, thank goodness, because their ideas were better at my publisher. But so even just hearing you all talk about it and like the three different, the different fonts, the rings, it to me, it's really grabby. It's clean and crisp and like pristine but beautiful in a way that interests me, that would make me like, if I saw that at a bookstore, I would pick that up to want to know more about it, which is exactly what we want with a cover. Right, we want them to click on the little thumbnail on Amazon to see what that's about, or pick it up off the shelf to open it up to read. So it works for me.
And the covers have to tell a story, so it's a little easier when it's illustrated. So it's like, oh, it's a love story about these two people. But with Heart and Hand and also Thelania Dynasty, it's a woman who she's a mail order bride to two men who live across the country. So you needed the three wedding rings, you needed the letters, and you needed it to look like an old-timey Western. And then, it kind of had to bring all that together.
The reveal of it being two husbands for a mail order bride is really fun. That like you're like, okay, she's gonna leave New York, like, oh, wild, and then and when the moment when it's revealed to the reader that she's marrying two guys, you're like, wait, does she know? Oh, she knows. Whoa, she knows.
Because I was like, why wouldn't her brother go with her? This seems really dangerous. And then I was like, that's why.
Not only are they two dudes, but they're also like the sheriff. So like, she's fine. She's gonna be fine. Like it's totally fine.
But it did feel like a catfish thing when she gets off the train and they're not there. I was like, what?
Wait a minute.
I got nervous for her. Yeah. But it was fine.
I mean, the whole train was nervous for her.
Right. It's like, sorry, I was just like solving crime back there. Pew pew pew. That's why I was late.
Okay, so tell us. So this is the first book in the Gold Sky series. Tell us about the Gold Sky series.
Well, I wrote the Gold Sky series as kind of an ode to my childhood. I know it sounds weird. But
Because you were raised in
my
Montana
dad-
in the 1880s.
I know, right? No, I used to watch Westerns with my dad. Like, that was our
Aw.
thing. So, like, when we saw that, what movie did we see that scarred me? Lucy,
It was Nope, but there was a...
Nope. When we saw
Yeah.
Nope, and I like instantly pre-ordered the book on like Black Cowboys and Cinema, and I was like, yes, because I had
Yes.
seen a lot of those movies growing up. But Westerns were our thing, and I always wondered why I didn't see more representation like in the movies unless we like specifically like sought them out. Because I was like, well, I grew up in a town that was the birthplace of the cowboy. Like that was our name, and it was predominantly Mexican. So I was like, what? We're cowboys. So being able to write a Western that felt diverse enough to be like my ancestors could be in it, especially with what I know as a historian on my family, but making it big enough where people can kind of lose themselves in that love story, and gave it like a grand sweeping feel that I know a lot of Regencies hold, because I used to I read the heck out of some historicals. And so you always have like some weird duke or like far-flung engagement or whatever, right? And we just go along with it. We are trained to be like, the bigger the story, the more I love it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that with the Western, and I'm going to do that for the whole series, and I'm going to build in that diversity that I know existed then. I mean, there was gay cowboys. Come on. And I know it was there. I knew it was like, I read so many letters that they talked about their special friend, but it was not their special friend. It was like their lover,
Their roommate in their
Yeah.
one-bedroom house for 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, when they're away, my heart aches. And you're like,
Aw. Yeah.
so I wanted to bring like that big sweeping historical feel, but soften it up, which I feel like I did with the Gold Sky series, because it's a generational story. Like it's 7 books.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 books.
And so I did Julian, book 1 and 2, and then I did each of her daughters. So they each get a love story, and it's like I picked a particular trope to kind of work on myself as an author, because Heart in Hand, I think, was the second book that I ever wrote, ever completed.
Which is bananas, because it's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why it reads the way it does. Like it feels very earnest. Like I read it sometimes, and I can feel the excitement of myself as that early writer. I was in graduate school when I started it, and like I started writing that as an escape to my thesis, which I did on the Klan trials of 1881, and like
My goodness.
That's a heavy topic.
masculinity. Yeah, and I was like, so
Yeah, no one wants to read that romance.
I know, it was like soft place.
Right.
So I was really happy to, make a longer series. There is going to be, I think, a novella that I'm going to finish. It's going to be just Forrest and Will's like beginning story.
Okay.
Wait, whose beginning story?
The Two Husbands.
Oh,
there
good.
is, like, a
We were.
prequel?
Oh,
Yeah, because we love them.
They don't even kiss.
It's coming. Okay, I
Yeah.
just have like a thousand projects right now. I'm trying to finish,
right.
but
But
it's
that's
coming.
that's what we were talking about in the kitchen. What you just said, like
Yeah.
they don't even kiss. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kiss.
we wanted
They touch each other's hair. That's
we
a
wanted
sex
more
thing.
romance.
Attention. I have an end game.
Oh.
So, like,
Yeah.
Okay.
You're tricking us.
Look,
I'm
there's like
so
2
ready for
novellas
that.
planned. I'll
Yeah.
tell you because we're friends here. Okay. There's 2 novellas that are coming. We've got Forrest and Will, but I'm also going to write Rosemary's love story.
Oh.
So-
You know what? Good.
Good.
Because you
She should
know,
be named.
I know, I got so excited.
No, there is no character that I have ever created that I have loved more than Rosemary Stanton. Like that's the thing is, people were kind of coming like, oh, you made her the villain. I'm like, no, hold on.
Well,
there's a plan here. So if you read each book, Rosemary is in every single one of them.
yeah.
And you see how she and Julie become like best friends, how she's like a second mother to these kids, how she's involved, but I never show you how, and that's because I'm gonna give you her love story like
Good.
That
as
is
an
such
aside.
great planning.
But you know what's funny? We're good friends. One of my favorite characters, probably her favorite, right? Is a redeemed villain. It's like the Rosemary of my Shifter
Shelley.
series. Yes. Shelley in Bear With Me. And everybody loves Shelley more than they love Jane. And Jane in the first book was the heroine, and Shelley was the villain in that book. And then Shelley ends up getting redeemed. Wow. But yeah, people love Shelley more. She has more personality.
Well,
but
yeah.
So did you have all of the books in your series plotted out so that you knew that was going to be her from villainous to heroine?
I already knew.
Nice.
I already knew, and I'm a pantster, so I don't plot, but I'll have like an idea.
Okay.
I'll think, I know where I want you to end up. I don't know how we're going to get there, so it'll be fun.
That's your trajectory.
We're going to get there. Yeah,
Nice.
and so I think one of the things I learned in history and being a historian, because I'm a trained historian here, right, is that no person is entirely good and no person is entirely bad.
Yeah.
Same.
And
That's
so,
like Wicked. What is good is good really good,
Yes.
and is bad really bad.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like who you can be the villain in someone's story and a hero in another.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things I really wanted to show with Heart and Hand, when people are like, why do the men kind of let it go as long as they do with Rosemary? It's they know that she's got some trauma and they're not going to be harsh with her. Like, they know a different side of her that you don't see, and then that's going to get shown to you, and you're going to be like, that's why you can't talk to her like that. Like, just kind of...
I also was like,
So-
just while we're putting a wish list of prequels.
Oh, are we doing that?
I invented it.
We are literally pre-ordering books before they're written.
I know.
So there was a mention that Julie was like loosely connected to the Spanish throne. So I was like, oh, at some point is like some prince gonna show up in Gold Sky and be like, sup? I'm
Yes.
Well, okay, so I have been a lot of readers, Claude. Well, you haven't gotten to Claude. He's a cousin that gets introduced later in the book. I'm not later in the series. Actually, I think it's book 3.
Okay.
I'm not saying what you're saying is not a possibility in a couple years. But I'm like,
Why?
oh my god,
I just put a book up last night, and then I did another. Like, I'm all over the place. So
great.
Ooh,
Okay,
I love it.
You're manifesting too.
I
Yeah.
so if you want to ask for it.
That is a life motto to live by. If you want it, ask for it. Yes.
That's true.
That's what I do.
But so Rosemary isn't such a bomb to throw on us because she could have done so much damage.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you said
as
that.
the head of the newspaper, she could have told New York that Julie was coming to marry 2 men. And then that would have been disastrous. But she didn't,
That's what I'm
because
saying.
she's
There's more to
apparently a
her.
good person.
She could have done a lot of...
Is that me?
Not me. Not me.
Not me.
That's not me.
Uh-oh.
It is me.
It's not me.
Oh,
Sorry, it's
sorry.
my watch. She did make that pie, though.
Yeah, the
Well,
pie was suspicious.
As
All
Will
the dessert
said,
was suspicious.
Will likes pie.
No.
But it's not innocent.
No, it
It's
wasn't
like,
innocent.
you
That
know.
was
She knew what she was doing. She
Yeah.
made that pie.
She legit said, like, I'm coming for your man.
She
did.
put that
Yeah.
cinnamon in it. She
Yeah.
was like, mm-hmm.
Well, so
She's
she's
a little
walking
nutmeg.
she's walking that line,
Yeah.
right? So that means, like, as an author,
and Will was being
she
very
did a
like,
great
I just
job
like
of. Is she
pies.
bad?
Seriously. That's the funny thing.
Which-
it's like, he's so...
You know, at the beginning of this
That
book,
pie. I was like, get that pie down.
at the beginning of this
dare
book,
eat that pie.
Julie was like round to people. Like she said, she wished unholy terror and ill-fitting shoes and cold oatmeal on people and wet socks and things like. I was like, I want to start wishing that on people. But she gets like so sweet when she gets out west. Where's her like New Yorker?
She's out
I
of her
think it's the sex.
it.
After that, she's like, you know what? Things aren't so bad.
She's also like,
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Right, guys?
she's also in the family way, so maybe it's like,
Right.
Hormones.
That nesting instinct.
yeah.
This in the bundle, this was the only book that was just from one character's perspective, and that was really nice. I like how we learned things as she learned things, and I would have run away too. It definitely looked like these two just wanted her to breed, and then they were going to go about their business. So I was like, "You run, girl."
It also opens up like another favorite microtrope when like a guy on a horse is like, "Bring back my wife."
Yes!
We were talking about that earlier. Yes.
I love that scene. He's riding behind the horse and he's like, wait a second. What are you doing?
Like there's a train, and he's like, "No way!"
Yeah.
And Will's like, oh, you went home first? And he's like, no.
She was running.
He's in there probably eating like a sandwich that Rosemary made. I'm like, what's going on, guys? What are you doing here? Fancy meeting you. And the office, he's like, our wife is like halfway to New York, dude. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
You had one job, Will.
You had one job. Take care of our wife.
Oh my gosh.
He's in there eating pie with his feet on the desk.
And then Julie's like trying to tell them like why she's so mad, and Forrest is just inside going, "There's a baby, a baby." And you're like, focus. She might not stay.
That's not the most important thing now.
Oh my
God. Oh my God. I love
This is
it
too
too much.
funny.
This book was so good.
It was so good.
I'm not going to lie, though.
See, I know how to pick them.
You
I
do.
know
You
how
do, you
to
do.
bully authors into giving me the exact book I want.
Yeah. I am going to skip ahead to the daughter who finds two guys and goes, I want them. That's the one I'm going to read next. Then I'm going to go back to the brothers book.
Flo
Is
is,
that okay?
great. And you get to see a look. In each book, you get to see a look at the family. So you get to see Will chilled out,
Aw.
Oh, nice.
more
Yeah.
balanced. So everybody's like a lot. They grow. You get
He
to
doesn't
see
run
that.
away to the prostitutes
Right.
for cuddles and
Oh God,
naps.
then she comes back smelling.
But
cheap
remember,
perfume and she's like,
remember, I
Yes.
told you this was a nod to all those historicals, right, that we read growing up.
Yeah.
There's some Jude Devereaux shit in here. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, this is like the
Oh
whole.
my gosh.
Oh,
But I'm not gonna. They're
the
not.
town is. Yeah, the town is so cute because like when Julie comes into town the day after he's like slept at the brothel or at the bar, and her friend Alice is like, "Don't worry, absolutely nothing happened. I know for sure nothing happened."
Yes.
He spent the whole time crying about how he loves you.
Yes.
And I was like, "That's a very supportive town." And she's like,
Yeah.
don't worry, I kept an eye on him."
Yeah.
I got your
Right.
back.
I
got
can
your-
assure
yeah.
you.
All right, so we're definitely over time, but
goodness.
let's quickly
Okay.
talk about your Sex of Fashion illustration.
I love her.
This is FYI, this is my mom's favorite out of all of them.
Aw.
me, your mom.
Yes.
We know.
Yes.
Did you choose like anything like what she's wearing, or did she give you any say in that?
Yes. She did have
Okay,
quite a bit.
I just said I didn't want her naked because I was like, that is an error. That is a lady. She can't be.
They're all ladies, but
no. But this is like a bred lady. Like, so it's
Yeah.
like she would never. So I can't. But also, I had COVID at this time, and I was
yeah.
like fever sweating most of the day away. So all I would be able to send Lucy was like, please put clothes on her.
yeah. But
She
it's
did
so
a
funny
lot.
because in Julie's time, this is like the same as
Risque.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It's the
Yeah,
same
historically they would look at this and be like, think
There's
they're
like,
looking at the
there's
other.
no
Yes.
difference.
Yes.
So yeah, it was perfect.
It's super cute. Well, all of them are super
so
cute. Yeah.
Cute.
I also
I just,
She can't
yeah,
love
I
how
love
she
the
couldn't
risque lingerie of the 1880s, which is like, you know, an outfit you would wear in the winter now.
Get it on. Like, let's see it.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here.
It was so fun
Thanks
chatting
for
with you.
having me.
Yeah, this was so much fun. And thank you so much for participating in the box. She's another author that I was like, do you want to kind of be in a box? I'm thinking of doing something.
I would have been so mad at you. I mean, like, I've only been in one other box, and I would be livid. I don't even know how to do these things. Like, let me
But
in
yes,
there.
thank you so much. It was such a great addition to the box. Okay.
Well, thank you for your hard work. I told you you're gonna pull it off, and you killed it.
Yes.
I did.
It was nice
I
meeting
did. I
all
got
of
a
you.
lot of pep talks. Like,
Nice
I don't
chatting
think
with
this
you.
is gonna happen. I think I might have to like change my name and run away. Lucy, who's that?
No, it's
I don't know who
awesome.
Lucy is.
You did great.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Okay. So before we hop on with Nicole Falls, who is our next author, we're going to talk to Dawn about the Smutty Book Club that she co-runs. And yeah, she's got a giveaway for us as well. So yeah, tell us about the book club.
So I run Smutty Book Club, New York City, Brooklyn, and we have virtual.
Nice.
We started virtual before the pandemic, and so like in February of 2020 we started virtual Smutty Book Club, and then by April all of our book clubs were virtual. So now we're trying to encourage people who are we're trying to stay hybrid, and we're like, we're not doing that anymore. We're in the bars. Come to our book club. But
Book clubs in the bars are fun.
They are fun.
That's a good
Get your drink on.
combination.
Yeah.
Talk about some smutty books. So I actually, for all these books, made notes of how many, like what percentage into the book started naked time. But I haven't talked about that. This
Oh
seemed
my
like a family-friendly
goodness.
chat, so I didn't note that one.
Family friendly.
No.
No.
Well, fine. But so the giveaway I'm providing is you get to name the book we will read for Smutty Book Club. The rules are it must have sex. It's best if it starts before 30% in, 37. If it's 50, that's a slow burn. No, thank you. Unless it makes up for the time. You must have read the book. We sometimes get people saying, oh, this sounds good. I'm going to recommend it. So if you're going to suggest a book, please have read it. This way you know it's not garbage. But most books are great, so who cares? So that's it. Smutty, must have read it. Oh, and it should be available as an audiobook and a digital book. Because some people don't know how to read, apparently. So they want to listen to the audio.
That's me. I listen to most of my books. It takes a lot for me to read something with my eyeballs, mostly because I'm so busy.
Right.
But I do love a good audiobook.
Or
But
I
yeah.
do a mix, like often to give my eyes a break from staring at the screen so much. It's nice to be able to listen.
I do both, but I do love a good audiobook.
I'm usually doing one on audio and one that I'm reading.
Audiobooks are the way I do laundry. Otherwise, I'm like, a chore. It's like, oh no, I'm just in the laundry room and no one can hear what I'm listening to.
Oh, God. That's the embarrassing
Yeah,
thing. Some of these books, you'll be online at Trader Joe's and you'll take your earbud out and be like, can people hear how often they're saying the C word?
Yeah.
You put it back.
Yeah, that's like if you're reading a CV book on this like subway or public transport, you can at least like look at it. But I've been listening to audiobooks and been like, oh no, it's the scene, and there's nowhere for me to look.
Right.
Oh
so funny.
And I'm like, don't look at that guy. Don't. So some audiobooks I will not listen to.
Or you'll
on the
pause,
subway.
right?
Yeah.
Like pause
like
until you kind of like...
nonfiction, biography.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, our next author is Nicole Falls. Is Nicole here?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Here we go. And her book is Last First Kiss.
Ooh, I love
Hi.
that
Hi, friends.
Oh my God, you look so gorgeous. The
Oh,
hair,
thank
the
you.
glasses. She like
I try to clean up a little bit. I tried to, look
she
a little
brought it
nice.
out for us. Okay, so what was your experience participating in the box?
So this was dope, right? I think that our genre needed something like this, right? Just because I feel like you did a very good job of curating a good mix of different styles of authors, as well as like varied within the genre, as far as like including some historicals, contemporaries, all that. And then, all the extra fun goodies that you put in the boxes as well. Like,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do like to say that the box is kind of chaotic like I am. There was no theme. There's no really sense of organization. The only theme was like really good romance. So if you had a really good book, that's it. And it because I think everyone should read everything. It really kind of creates a good picture of everything. But yes, I did. You were one of the first authors that I approached, and I was very shocked because I know you're very busy and you're very prolific. So I was
The
like,
child
she's
keeps me
not
on the
going to
run.
say yes.
Aw.
And you did, and I was like very excited.
well, just know that I will literally say yes to the opening of an envelope if it means I need to, be a part of something. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I don't know how I'm going to fit into my schedule, but we'll figure it out. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was great. And your book is great. And
Thank you.
yeah.
Was this one that you let her choose or one that you highly recommended?
I let her choose. I did have some ideas of some that I wanted, but I know her catalog is so massive. I'm like, she's gonna pick a good one. Yeah. And she did.
She did, yes. Obviously the discreet.
Yes, and she chose a discrete cover. So everyone had a choice of a cartoon cover or illustrated cover or a discrete cover. So tell us about your choice.
Yeah, so I am an illustrated cover hater. It just they're cute for everybody
I've
else,
heard of them.
but like
Yeah,
for
it's
me,
not for
I'm like,
everybody.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll do the discreet option. Just because like
Beautiful.
I know what the people look like in my head, but me trying to describe that to someone who's illustrating it, it will not come out in the same way because everything that's up here doesn't necessarily come out of here the right way. However, yeah, I chose a discrete option, and it worked out.
It's
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Yeah, I read the book and it kind of had like a very, well, their first date was a picnic. So I wanted that kind of smallish, small town-ish vibe. And, you know, there was obviously a wedding involved. So, yeah, it was
I feel
just...
like the bridesmaid bouquet or bridal
Yep.
bouquet.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a wedding, everybody.
Yeah.
It's really romantic,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. For me, it kind of encompassed the vibe of the book. And I have gotten, like, some really great feedback about this particular cover. So
Oh, awesome.
it seems like it worked. But you're the author,
Nice.
so you... Yes.
Yeah,
And,
definitely
like-
got the vibe because, like you said, there's a wedding involved. The main characters are, you know, the maid of honor and best man of that. So having that represented like front and center on the cover is like, yes.
It makes it makes the it makes a promise to the reader that you deliver really well.
Yeah, I do. I really like that cover. And like Rebel, she also had input because I did send the covers to all the authors like, okay, this is what I have. What do you think? And she did have some notes. And like Rebel, she was absolutely right because I also because their first date was, like I said, a picnic. So I was like, okay, it's a picnic. So here's the woods and here's a giant picnic basket and here's some other stuff. And she's like, don't put that picnic basket on there. Why is there a picnic basket? And I was like, I'll get rid of the picnic basket.
Well,
But it did work out.
that picnic basket was probably the sexiest thing I ever saw. A man with a picnic basket and a blanket. I was like, I think that like made me fan myself more than some of the sex scenes in some of these books because
I'm telling you, there's one where he pays off the student loans. There's another where a dude packs a picnic.
It just
Another
looks
one.
like a plastic bag of like Cheetos and a bottle of Coke. You know,
Right,
like
right.
it's like an actual picnic.
Yes.
So that was hot.
Yeah.
So thank you for Kirk and for his picnic basket and for him being so awesome. And the bar's high now. I can never date
Yes.
again.
Listen, we stand Kirk and his preparation skills for sure.
We do have a question.
Charlotte Loves to Read says, I've loved what I've read from Nicole Falls, and I was so excited to see that she'd be in the box.
Me too, girl. I was very excited. I was very excited that Nicole Falls was going to be in the box. Yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. I'm seriously like I love like the romance community at large so much. Just because romance novels are my happy space.
Yes.
So anytime I get an opportunity to participate in something, I'm like, what you need? Okay, you got to remind me, but I'm here.
Yes. But I'm the same way, which is why it was also really great to work with all of the authors because like when I was reminding, like nobody was like, oh, I know you already said, they were like, oh, thank you. Yes, please. And email me again in 5 minutes. I'm like, I will. Yes.
I do like the range of people you have. Like, it's really nice to see. Like, it's a bunch of different subgenres, a bunch of different styles, different pairings. Like, you know, historical, contemporary, like all of that. But they all seem to fit. Like, like they definitely are steamy. Like, that's good. You know. But yeah, it's like it felt like a nice little library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're literally getting a library in a box.
It's
in
like a
giant
romance
box.
like starter pack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you choose this one? If you got to choose out of your whole repertoire, why this one?
So this book is my baby. I wrote it actually when I was going through a very like tumultuous time personally. I had an aunt who was battling pancreatic cancer. And my only thing that I wanted to do was to get that book out so I could dedicate it to her and she could see it before she transitioned. So I was essentially writing my way out of grief, as we were dealing with everything that was going on with her. And so of every book that I've written, like Kirk and Callie, they are close and near and dear to my heart. Like even the subplot with Kirk and his niece, that borrows semi heavily from my own personal life, because again, another personal tragedy turned into me actually having to take care of a child that's not biologically mine. So all of that, it's probably more of me in that book than probably any other book that I've ever written.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I really like that Kirk and Callie, they're both caregivers. And I think that's a lot more common than you ever see in a book or in romance.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people out there
For sure.
taking care of like parents and children, and this is real. Except for no man has a picnic basket.
Can we normalize men making picnic baskets if you're out there?
Yeah. Or we're not meeting the right ones then maybe.
Right?
I've been in like 20 weddings, and every time I'm like, this will be the time. It's the best man for me. And I'm like,
never works out.
I have like been the maid of honor and picked a lot of girls up off the like literally the elevator is open and a bridesmaid was making out with the best man, and like we had to be somewhere, and I was like, I'm taking her. And, so that's why I love like wedding stories. I'm like, yeah, been there.
Yeah. It can happen.
I actually love that this book is so special to you, because in the process of doing the box, I had a bunch of these printed, and on the first page where the signature is, instead of saying special edition paperback, it says special edition hardcover. So I have a bunch of these that are absolutely perfect, except there was like one typo. So as an author, of course, I had to like reprint them all. Yeah. So we are giving away 4 of them. So 4 different people who are participating now have the chance to win a paperback copy of this gorgeous book. And I'm so happy to hear that it's so special to you, because that like makes it even more special. Yeah. It was so great. Like, authors, we put our hearts and our personal experiences into all of our books, but there are some books where you can really feel it. Like when somebody when somebody makes a pie, like with Rosemary's Pie, she put love in that pie. Yeah. She knew what she was doing when she made that pie. So like you could feel the love in this book. So thank you so much for including it. And what should we read after Last First Kiss?
That is a great question. I am the worst person ever at answering this question.
Oh my God,
my
same.
answers change each time. And I also do not ever remember the titles to my own books, which is a huge character flaw. But I would say
like 178 books in
Is
your
that how
calendar.
many?
She wrote like 3 books this morning. No, how many books have you written total?
I wish. I have 39 projects total. So, and they're a mix of novels, novellas, and short stories. So,
yes. So if you forget one or two, though, we're okay.
Or is there a series then that you want to say?
If you read and enjoyed Last First Kiss, then I would tell you to pivot over to Run It Back, which is actually a collection of novellas I put together. And one of the novellas in there, is it that one? One of the novellas? I might be lying. But nevertheless, it's more wedding stories, right? Okay. So it's 3 different novellas featuring characters from previous projects. Oh, and nice. There's a wedding in each novella, but it's not necessarily between the hero and heroine of each story.
Oh. But it will also then give us a little taste of those 3 different series that then we could go back and find that series to go see those characters in there. Correct?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
that's brilliant. So it's a little introduction to 3 different Nicole Falls series.
Nicole Falls is coming for all your
Nice.
coins. She's like, after you
No,
read
that
this,
is-
these 3 books, then you read these other 9 books that are connected, and those 9 books
That's
are connected to
brilliant.
27. And soon
Listen,
you
I'm
will have
trying to
read
be like
all
Marvel.
39. And by the time you
Nice.
finish reading those 39, she will have released 12 more. And you got to get those too.
Listen, speak that over my life, Lucy, because right now I have like been in. I don't even want to call it writer's block. Like I'm on Rikers Island at this point in solitude.
Yeah.
If you say I'm gonna write 12 more books, then I guess I'm gonna write 12 more books.
Yes.
You are.
Yes, put that out there.
Yes.
There are so many great lines in this book. I've been running around
I want your
saying,
notebook. I just want to read your
Yeah,
notbook.
that's-
I've been running
Yeah.
around telling
This
people
is
I'm
why
half
she's
a
the
donut
model.
away
Wow.
from being Danny DeVito. And I love like beige industrial size bra straps and I don't know, dressing room montages. And my favorite was the illusion of acceptable fatness. I feel like that's what I try to get every morning before I go to work. Like, be like, these are too many lumps and bumps. Won't do. Get a new one. So thank you
That's
for all
it,
that.
right?
And we do have a
Wait.
question.
Ooh, nice.
Charlotte Loves to Read says, I'd love to win one of those Last First Kiss paperbacks.
Okay.
Ooh.
We might be able to make that happen because there are 4 of them.
Are they
Your
winning
chances
the
are good.
misprint or the correct print?
Unfortunately, they are the misprints because I don't have any more of the correct prints, but it's I will cross out the word hardback and write paperback.
No, that's going to be like
But
if you
it's-
get
yeah.
a stamp that's printed upside
It's a
down,
one
is
of
it going to have
a
more
like,
value?
limited
It is a
edition.
one of a
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Because I will never order the incorrect ones again, so this is it.
Well-
it's limited edition.
I'm like, yo, can I like get in on that? Like, I feel like it's a collectible.
If
Like,
we have any
like a
left,
Nicole
I'll
Falls
see what I can
trading
do. I'll talk to the person in charge.
I think you know someone.
I might
You know someone?
I might know
maybe?
someone.
You
who
might
can
have
make
an
that
in.
happen.
I might know that.
Have you been to Jackson Hole? I thought it was for rich people, like filthy rich
So
people.
it very much is. It very much is. I've been there. A friend of mine and I, we took a trip to Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming a few years back because we were on our Nature Girl shit. And so we started in Salt Lake City and like chilled there, did some genealogy stuff, and then we went up into the mountains. And Jackson Hole is very much for the rich, but it's also very much like accessible as well still. But yeah, like when we went out to dinner there, I was definitely like, wow, this is above my pay grade. But it's so like beautiful out there. Beautiful.
But also,
and
when you
peaceful. And
publish
so-
39 books, you can afford to go to Jackson Hole.
But her characters are a librarian and a coffee shop owner. And I was like, if they can go, maybe I can go too.
well, remember Kirk, before he was a coffee shop owner, he worked in finance. So he had a nice
cheating.
little bit of money stashed away.
Gotta love
Therein
cheating
lies
stuff.
the truth.
Yep. Very nice.
So I'm not going to Jackson Hole.
Well, you
Cross
could, but
that
you'd
off my
want
list.
to, maybe you could hang out in the library or the coffee shop.
Exactly. What coffee shop is this? Very cool. Yeah, are there any more questions?
Adam Surdum says, there's nothing wrong with a pretty misprint. And A. Fisher says, happy for misprint.
Okay, they're really trying to get these books. They're like, and I like your dress.
So I have a question about
yes.
the characters, if you don't mind. So, like, Kirk is taking care of his niece. And then Callie's nieces, or nibblings, are about to go to foster care, and she's okay with that. Now, I get that their mom is horrible, and their dad is horrible, but, like, those poor kids.
I think you're mixing something up.
Am I?
I don't have anybody going to foster care.
Well, like, Callie's sister and ex are going to jail for check fraud.
Okay. So they're not going to foster care. They would be with their maternal grandmother, right?
Okay.
So Callie has a half sister, and they have their drama, but the maternal grandmother would be the person taking the kids.
I was
Now
feeling
you're
bad
okay.
for these non-existent children.
No.
Good. I'm so glad we cleared that up. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, thank
Yeah,
you.
so the contentious relationship between Callie and that half sister is it's kind of atypical for what I personally know as sibling relationships, like particularly in the Black family, because like I have technically half brothers and sisters, but they're just my brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because of not being able to really grow up with that half sister, because the mother had her struggles and issues with essentially being a side piece. That's part one. Part two is when they did try to build that relationship. This is a spoiler for anybody who hasn't read, sorry. But your half sister goes behind your back and is sleeping with your boyfriend
So
and
gross.
having children by your boyfriend while
Yeesh.
you're trying to sort of build that relationship back with her.
Yeah.
It's a complicated and unfortunate situation. But also, since Callie had sort of removed herself from the relationship with the sister, especially the relationship with the man, she doesn't have that connection to those kids.
Yeah.
And so when it comes out that, all of that stuff and it's happening with them, and they're like, well, the kids are probably going to go with, I think the mom, the mother of the stepsister half sister is like named Rachel or something. Like, well, them kids gonna go with Rachel. Like, they'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Which it's a sad and unfortunate situation because
But
it
it's
didn't
not
have
her
to be
problem.
like that.
Not her
Yeah,
problem.
it's not her problem. Like it's not her problem to take on. She has enough
Right.
going on with, her mother's health issues, and then also her struggles with, her brother coming back to town and trying to navigate that whole situation with the mom and everything. So
Yeah.
She can't solve everybody's problem. She can't take on
Yeah, pretty
everybody's. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, oh my gosh. Thank you again for being a part of the box. Thank you for taking the time on your weekend to talk to us.
Yeah.
And
now
yeah.
we're off to go buy the
What,
novella
the other
series, the
38
novella
books.
anthology.
We're going to start with Run It Back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm going
thank
to
you
go
so much
open a new
for
credit
having me.
card so I can afford all of these books.
I
Yeah.
appreciate the opportunity to be in the space. Like I said, I love this community from the bottom of my heart. So, thank you so much for even thinking of me to include me in this.
Yeah, you're literally one of the first people I reached out to. So thank you so much for saying yes.
No doubt.
Yay. It was nice chatting with you. Thanks for joining us.
Nice chatting with you guys as well. See you ladies later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so our next author and our last author,
Oh, already?
yes, right? It's
Wow.
going so fast, is Ellie Malouf. Is Ellie here?
Yes.
Oh, we do have, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, she's here. This will be so much better in the fall, I promise.
Oh, I think
Yep.
it's going well.
I think
Yeah,
it's
this
going
is
well
fun.
too. This is so much fun.
This has been fun.
There she is.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Hi.
so this is another author who I was like, any book in your catalog, but that one. That's going to be it. These are your choices. It's either Between the Waves or Between the Waves.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the way that it went down was you just spontaneously did a Between the Waves giveaway just one day.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, thanks, that's nice. And you're like, hey, by the way, want to be in this book box, Between the Waves? And I
I
was
do
like,
that
of
as well.
course I do. Of course I do. Because I know how amazing your, I bought, what was it?
Oh, Blind Date
Blind
with the
Date
Book
with
Boyfriend. Yeah.
And that was the most incredible opening experience I've had opening something in a while. And so I fangirled over that. So when I was like, yeah, of course, I would love to be a part of whatever you're doing, Lucy.
Thank you.
The boxes that you do are just amazing.
I know.
Even from like the box itself, right?
Oh, yeah. I
Like-
could go. Is there a box laying around somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so like even the design on the box,
good.
right, is theme appropriate
Wait, here
too.
we go.
Yeah.
That's the front. Yeah. Okay, and there's the flaps.
There's like writing on the flaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I drew all of these with my own little hands on that iPad.
Oh,
Wait, you
wow.
drew that?
Yeah, I drew them all.
I'm like stick people.
Yes.
Stick figures are my specialty,
And
and,
like-
I'm looking at that
Like
thinking,
on the
wow,
mugs,
Lucy.
and I drew this sloth.
That's amazing to me.
And I pretty much drew everything that wasn't like Hell Honey or Sex of Fashion. And yeah, I did all of these. But yeah, it's a labor of love for me. It's really fun. So
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
really cute detail too is this is like there's the illustrations in each chapter. Like
Oh yes, there's
yes.
all the books have special formatting. So
Yeah.
and even if you have the digital versions,
Yes.
you still get the special formatting.
Right. Like in office hours, scene breaks aren't just like asterisks. I can't even say that very well, but right. It's a pencil.
Yes.
And the first one I came across, I was like, oh my gosh! But like, so that attention to detail
Yes.
in the books is incredible. Like
And
you're getting a quality products.
I also want to mention that Laura was born and raised in Hawaii.
Yes.
So
and my sister lived on Maui for a while, but
yeah.
so
And
yeah. No, I mean, I thought you had a very good author's note too to bring some attention to the issue of tourism, but like this is a classic. Like of course, like this Jake surfer, like he's everybody I loved from age 12. So like, you know, I still
lucky.
go back now and I'm like, wait, I forget how old people are and how can I check them out? I don't know, but yes, I can. So yeah, this is just like a lot of like classic id pleasure with like surfing and everybody wants to like fall in love with their surf instructor. So like very heartwarming. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of incredible that a very landlocked Colorado person would want to, write a surfing novel and dream of that. But like, yeah, I had it in me. Surfers are hot.
Have you been to Hawaii or taking surf lessons?
I've never taken surf lessons before. I have been to Hawaii. I went when I was a kid, and I think it just profoundly stuck with me. And I always have dreams about like huge waves, and they're usually nightmares. But I was like, let's turn it into a dream and put like a hot surfer
dreams
in
of
it.
tsunamis hitting
It's like
a beachfront.
like it's supposed to be like feelings of overwhelm or like if you have a lot on your mind.
That's it.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
That's what the dreamdictionary.com tells me.
I love it.
Yeah. So and I did get to go in 2019, right at New Year's, like right before the pandemic happened. And it was really special to be able to visit it again. And then, and that was after I had written this book. So it was great. I saw some amazing surfers while I was there too.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I actually say I have to give a lot of credit to people who come to Hawaii and try to surf at all because I lived there my whole life and was like, nope, I can tell. I watch my cousin take those waves and I'd be like, yep, not for me. Nope, gonna die.
Were there snakes in your house?
No, there's no snakes. There's no snakes.
Ever.
Did you have a snake catching bucket and a...
No, in my family, the thing that is the pests are, sorry to anybody who loves them, but geckos, they leave a lot of poop everywhere, and my stepmom will pay my nephew $1 for every one that he gets.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So like
Every gecko or every like poop?
Gecko.
Okay.
That's a good clarification.
He had this little rubber band weapon.
Like to not
I have to say he's not a good shot. So he
That
has
makes
to be
him
that much
scurry
money.
away at least.
Yeah. No,
I did love like the artistic license because that snake catching scene was
so good.
Yeah.
I was very concerned about that. Like, I was like, are there snakes in Hawaii? Are there snakes on Maui? Like and I don't even remember how I landed.
People do import a lot of
on
weird stuff, so like technically no,
going
but
with
then there's always news articles of like illegal animal.
Yeah.
You know, like-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always like a tiger in somebody's basement apartment in the Bronx, like just a random. It's like a tiger, an alligator, and an
sad.
ostrich
Yeah.
living in a one-bedroom apartment
It's kind of sad.
in like East Harlem. It's like, oh, okay,
And I can't have a sloth. Boo.
right. Right.
I know.
This book box has made me want a sloth. You drew them so adorably. So
Okay, I will tell you, I am good friends with Katrina Jackson, and she loves sloths. And when I was thinking about animals, because I think I put it somewhere, maybe in the booklet. Oh, I didn't put a booklet out. But I took a class on Procreate Drawing with Freya. I'm going to say her name wrong, but I think it's Capricorn, but I'll link it somewhere. And it's a class on tropical pattern making, and she teaches you how to draw the animals, and a couple of the animals are actually from her class. I think the zebra and
Do you learn to draw in the
yes.
class?
Yep. So the zebra and the cockatoo are from her class, but the other ones I picked on my own, and the sloth was one of them. And I just love sloths because they're just so. We used to have one down the street at the Brooklyn Children's Museum, but they're just like cute and a little lazy, like me. They love to eat. It's all the things that I love.
But I feel like you're like a go-getter. So not quite sloth in action,
right?
But.
So the animals are maybe like a mix of my personality, because I'm very much a peacock, very much a zebra, very much a cockatoo, and the sloth is like brings it all home. But yeah, thank you so much. I do love them. But you actually kickstarted a box, so you have your own box.
I do not have my own box. I am not that cool, I think.
No, I think you have one of these, I mean.
One of what?
You backed the Kickstarter.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yeah,
I'm like, wait, you didn't get it?
I was
Let me go on pirate ship really quick.
able to ever do a box, and that would be impossible. Because
it's not. I can totally help you. DM me. We can make this happen.
Yeah, so...
Also, because you're an amazing writer.
So I got my box, and my daughter was around who loves packages and loves to open things with me, and I was FaceTiming with my sister at the same time, and so I should have been recording it, but instead I was live broadcasting it to her, and everyone was just oohing and awing the entire time. So yes, I have my own box. I have it right here. I have all the books. I've been watching all the interviews today. I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to read that one. I cannot wait to read that one. So super thrilled. And yes, I have my own, and I love it.
Yeah, but you can totally do your own box. Let's talk about, I'm not even looking at the schedule here. Okay, we're still doing good with time. So let's talk about the rest of the series, because this is part of a series. And you're doing a giveaway, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, so the Between the Waves is the first book in the Love Over Sea series. I was with an author friend of mine, and I was trying to classify this a long time ago about what is this that I've been writing? And she's like, oh, it's easy. It's destination romance. And I was like, okay.
Ooh, that's good.
That is a great way to describe it.
Around the world.
I hire you.
You love to see it.
And so Between the Waves is in Hawaii, and then I had written a couple books, one in England and one in Ireland. And so where basically our heroine is going somewhere new, meeting new people, meeting a man, and falling in love. So I will be giving away the other two books in the series that don't have the adorable illustrated cover, which kind of makes me sad, but we'll see if you're up for it.
Those covers are beautiful.
Those covers are not bad.
Okay, but show them the original cover from Between the Waves, because that one is sizzling.
Oh my.
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
That's what happens every time I go on vacation.
Yes!
Yeah.
Right?
Who amongst us has not gone to Hawaii on the run from our abusive boyfriend, decided to take surfing lessons?
Yeah.
Fall in love. Yeah.
I see that, and I think sand just got everywhere.
No,
Oh, really?
It's
No.
magic.
Sand in the
Magic.
mix.
Magic.
Yeah.
You can avoid it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any?
Or you go into the water together, and
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just magically the waves rinse everything. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. But yeah, it's,
I mean, this was, I will say, so for the illustrated cover, I worked with Lucy on this, and like this is exactly how I picture them.
Oh, I love it.
So
Yeah.
compared to this, whatever.
I also like her little like sunburned knees and like nose, like she's
Yes.
yeah, she's just got a little sun kissed everywhere. Like
Yeah.
I will say,
yeah,
like, the original is sexy.
Yeah.
This one's, like, sexy and fun and flirty
Yep.
and engaging.
yeah.
yeah. They have fun,
Absolutely.
but they're also doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
I just wish she had sunglasses on her head because I wonder, did she ever pay for those sunglasses?
Yes.
Yeah, you
is
busted
fair.
her.
Yeah.
Funny
and
side note.
It's in the epilogue. It had to
Yeah.
get cut.
Yeah.
She goes back to the store and she's like, here. Oh,
was
she
thinking
paid for
of
those
writing it.
sunglasses. Not with money.
No, I'm gonna write that in. I am, because I was thinking about writing a, I guess like maybe a holiday bonus or something like that at some point where they actually
Well,
get
now you
married
have to
on
do it.
Christmas. And yeah, he's gonna be like, yeah, and you owe me $9.50 for those sunglasses. It's really cheap for sunglasses these days, but yeah, I think that that's a great idea. Writing.
That was good luck.
I do love how he says, "I'm so grateful for the day you came in and stole those sunglasses." So
Yes.
he was
He knew.
keeping track.
Yeah.
And he was keeping track of her smiles.
that's
That was
That was so sweet.
like that was one book I read all in one go. Like I was just in my bed one morning and just read the whole thing cover to cover. And years later, I was like, "Oh, I'm starting a box. Well, this book has to be in it." Yeah.
So glad you thought of that. Yeah, I had a friend who read it on a plane ride down to Mexico, and she's able to finish it like on the plane ride, and it was perfect going into her sort of tropical vacation.
Can't put
Yes.
it down.
Exactly what it's for. It's just a little bit of tropical romance candy. It's not
Just
big
enough
thick
suspense
emotions
where you're not like,
and
yeah.
what have you.
And a really nice passage of time. Like they had the first Friday fire. So that's how you knew how many months were going by. And like that,
yeah.
it was a trick. You tricked us
yeah.
into knowing how much time had passed. Right. So thank you.
Without being, like, hit over the head, you're right?
Yeah.
But you could still follow their timeline.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I loved it.
Was
So
there...
glad.
I think I've asked this to a couple, but I don't think I've asked it for all of them. Is there a favorite scene of yours that you either enjoyed writing or that you enjoy, like, when you were rereading?
Yeah, so the funny thing about this book, which I will tell you, I'm the slowest writer in the world. But I wrote this book in a month, and
Ooh, that's not
so
slow.
it
Nice.
was such a blur. And I just put in all the things that I sort of loved. So just even talking about First Friday Fire, I love the idea of bonfires and like hanging out at a bonfire. So I always really enjoyed that. And then the snake scene is hilarious and weird and like odd, and but I don't even know how I came up with that. It's like a weird Chris Hemsworth blur of a month time of writing where I was just like, let's just do this. And so I liked doing all the research and writing the surfing too, believe it or not. So yeah.
It's a fun way to learn something new that you're interested in. I will say that I have changed a hero's profession. Like when I was initially brainstorming and thinking, okay, this is what he does because he needs to, and then I realized I have no interest in researching that. So no, he can't do that. But so when you're whatever the topic is, if it's I've enjoyed writing wise, like diving into something that's interesting, or watching a master class. Like I've watched a master class on commercial photography for a hero, so I could see like if you're interested in surfing, the interest, how that would interest you. It would be fun to kind of get lost in that kind of research.
I have two friends that broke their noses on their first surfing lesson.
Ow.
So I assume that happens a lot, but not in this
Yikes.
book. I was braced. I was like, don't do it.
Yikes.
That's going to be a very interesting part of the story if she falls in. right away. Yeah. No.
I also
Fictional.
learned not to trust men who use their middle name. Never gonna do that.
Yes. And I love how Jake clocked it right away. He was like, "Are you sure? Because I think this is your name." And he's like, "No,
Look
I'm
at
not
my-
lying like a liar would."
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a fair point. I think one of the hardest things I have wrapping my mind around it is like she is Audrey to me. I don't know who this Sarah person is, and so I guess that's a giveaway a bit. But that's how I always think of her, and yeah,
Just okay.
Audrey from Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm just texting with our
Wisconsin.
technical people over there. Don't mind me. I'm not being rude.
There were so many characters in this book that were so interesting and real. And will Amy, the chief of police, get her own book?
Oh, I would love that. I really, really like halfway through that book, I don't think I even really knew how it would all go down at the end. And so, as I was really weaving her in, I started to like her more and more. And yeah, maybe anything is possible. So she'll definitely be in whatever bonus feature I write one day in, 2034. So, yeah.
In 2034, is that what you said?
No, we're gonna.
That is a tease.
Yeah, we're gonna get our bonus holiday book. We're gonna get all of these books we've discussed within the next 2 to 3 years. We will be reading them.
Well, we decided we ask for it and they give it to us.
Yeah, we're
That's how it
literally
works, right?
pre-ordering all the books we want written from all the authors today. We're like, we have a wish list, and this is what
There
we
have been
want.
some really good ones. I am so excited about the pirate one. So,
Right?
That got me.
I know.
Yeah,
The moment she said it, I was like, I'm in. Yes,
Can you
please.
tell us what you are working on?
Yeah, so another series I've been working on is a hockey romance series. So it turns out I like
love
writing sports romance better than I thought I would ever. So the first book for that is out. It's called Inertia. I'm writing the second book. It's called Velocity, and there will be a third book called Push. And so yeah, I love hockey, and that's been really fun to research, really fun to get into, and so on. So.
So did you
That's where my mind is at now.
So you said you live in Colorado, so are you an Avalanche fan?
Yeah, funny thing. No, I am not, which would be
Wow.
if I were. And so, although my team does take place, my fictitious team is a Colorado team. Because I just, after writing all these destinations, I was like, I just want to know, like, where I am and not have to do that.
You know where the coffee shop is. You know where the grocery store is.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I'm actually a Chicago Blackhawks fan, and and so just my husband was a huge Chicago Blackhawks fan. He was from Chicago, so like it was very much a I've known them forever. That's how I got into hockey. So it almost hurt my soul to write a Colorado team, but I'm happy for the fans of my neighbors and friends and family who are very happy that the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. So it's well deserved.
It was fun to watch. I'm a huge sports fan, but I won't derail the whole conversation and start talking about sports because you said Chicago and I immediately want to go to baseball, but that's another conversation. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Maybe once I get more organized, I can do boxes that are themed, and maybe one time I'll do a sports box.
Ooh.
Yes. But Hello Lovely box, I think right now they have a pre-order for a hockey themed book box. So go to Hello Lovely box and pre-order your hockey themed book box if you love hockey books. But yes, and Hello Lovely box did this lovely pouch.
Nice.
That I'm very excited about. But yes, so any parting words for us? Thank you.
I mean, thank you so much for including me, obviously, in my book, and being a part of the summer edition. It's so perfect for Between the Waves to be in a summer edition. So I just loved it, and And
That was
it's so great
accidental, but
to-
yes, totally on purpose.
Yeah.
Planned it.
Well, let's pretend that was like highly intentional. And so yeah. Thanks for the great questions, and
Yeah.
so great to meet you all.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it was great chatting with you. I think it's like you said, it's a good summer beach read. If you can't get to the beach, you can escape to the beach with your book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, I am giving away these other two in the series.
Ooh, nice.
Yes. So somebody will win
England.
those. So you can have
Or the
the
same one.
entire series if you have Between the Waves, which you will
And I can
have.
throw this one in there too, so you can have the original.
Ooh.
So they have all the original
I need to
covers,
go
but-
start my burner YouTube account.
Yeah,
Shmooshy,
I know.
Shmooshy Schmieden needs to start winning
All of these
well,
giveaways. I'm
Shmooshy
like,
Schmieden, you're
wait
a
a minute.
winner.
Wait a
Shmooshy
minute.
Schmieden is like, she's very lucky. She's very fortunate. She got a horseshoe. She's got a 4-leaf clover. All right, Shmooshy. Yes, but thank you so much, Ellie. It was so great to have you here.
Thank you.
It was so nice
Bye.
chatting. Bye.
Okay, so super quick before we sign off, Rebel Carter actually had a giveaway. Yeah, so
what we
she's
do?
gonna hop back in for 2 minutes,
Oh,
and she's
okay,
gonna talk
good.
about her new series and her giveaway. So
Ooh.
come on in. There she is. Hey.
I'm back. I thought I was gone. Okay. So the giveaway that I wanted to do was for not a historical series, for my contemporary.
Oh my.
One of my contemporary series I have going on. This is
Yes.
a kinky daddy dom series. I just put up pre-order.
Daddy
for
kink
4.
is so huge now. I feel like everyone's
and
reading.
I'm an OG in that genre, so like I'm like
Daddies.
go off
Yes.
right now. I'm pretty happy about that.
She was ready. Like, you need
Oh,
a daddy?
I
Hold
had
on.
these.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my.
The reason why I was able to rapid release these is these were written. Like I was a fanfic writer before, and
Wow.
Daddy kink is very old in that
Nice.
like circle of writing. So I'm really happy to give this away. This is look at him.
I mean,
Yeah,
inverted.
no, great.
yeah. Yes, sir.
But you can hand I'm gonna autograph them, and I don't do autographs a lot because I actually have a wrist injury. Like I'll never be able to do an event if I ever
That's
got
why I
asked.
do digital. I'm telling you.
Mm.
Yeah,
Every author
but like I
has
can
like something going on with their wrists. Right.
So I'll actually sign these. But that's my
Yay.
giveaway.
Makes them even more rare.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Limited edition.
Right.
Super limited because of my wrist, but
Mhm.
thank you
Wow.
for letting me come back on and share that. It was
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
Bye. Another author from
Bye.
Colorado. We had 2 Colorado authors in a row.
Oh yeah, I'm in Fort Collins.
Yeah. Ellie Maloof is from Colorado.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of us out here actually.
A bunch. Yeah. I just was in Denver for a authors event, and Mariah and Kenman.
Is she in Colorado?
Yeah,
me
she lives
along.
40 minutes away from Denver. I'm like giving out
I
her
didn't know
address.
that, yeah.
She lives in She lives in Colorado. Like, let's not. Nobody go to Mariah's house.
I don't know why I thought she was in California. I don't know why.
But yeah, no, yeah, Colorado. But yeah.
Cool.
You, but come out in Colorado and see me, okay? So
I totally will. Yes. I won't
For
give
all
them
of
your
you, all
address,
of you,
but
this
she
is
just
great.
moved to a house that has a spare bedroom.
Oh.
Everyone needed to know that.
you stop telling people details.
All right. I will.
Thank you. I hope somebody wins these.
Shmooshy Schmieden. She's all over
Oh,
it.
wow.
Shmooshy Schmieden
The
is
big
winning
winner today.
all of
Call
the
her out.
gifts.
Oh wait, I just noticed your earrings. I love them.
Their heart.
They're
Yeah,
hard.
they go with your shirt.
Yeah, this is kind
Super
of
cute.
This is me. You got to meet me sitting on the floor of my house. But also, I want to announce these are mafia adjacent.
Oh,
Adjacent.
Mafia Jason
Like a
Daddy
mafia
King.
adjacent.
Oh my god.
Toucher and
Oh,
guy.
no one will want
I-
those.
No, especially not Smooshy.
Sorry, what did you say there at the end?
Sorry,
Oh, I thought you were saying something. I didn't, but I couldn't hear very well.
I can't see
Sorry.
anybody, so I don't know if you're talking to me.
Yeah, we are talking to you. You were saying
Oh.
something at the
I
end.
was like, no, I was saying this one right here is mafia adjacent, toucher and you die vibes. Like this guy has not felt anything for anybody ever
Ooh.
Oh.
because he was an enforcer though, so he couldn't, because he was like, I don't want whoever I'm with to get killed because of me, so I can't form those
So
attachments.
toxic and so my catnip.
And he said he's so tortured and so hot. So
yeah. He's the one you'd have an intervention about with your friends.
You'd be like,
where you're
should you really
"Girl,
be dating this guy?
Girl.
Yeah, but then he would be like, he bought me a penthouse and deposited $500,000 in my bank account because he wants me to be free. And you'd be like,
But he's also crazy. But okay.
and he's also
That's
super
fine.
hot.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it.
That's the
I
thing
never
is
said
like
I wasn't reading it.
as long as they're hot and rich, they get away with
my.
everything. But
Yeah.
if this
Well,
guy like
wait,
lived in his
wait.
parents' basement and hadn't had a
No,
job
no,
in
no,
3
hold
years,
on.
No.
he'd be exhibiting the
let's-
same behavior, and you'd be like, no.
That would be a book I would not read.
This is interesting. Okay, hold on. I
No,
know this
you-
is supposed to be like a
that's a-
2-second giveaway, but with Daddy Kink, you don't get that. These are actually people in touch with their feelings. So he is an extreme nurturer. He listens to her. It's not that kind of possessive. You get no one else. He wants her to have friends. He doesn't want her to be under somebody else's heel, right?
I thought he was
wants
dead
to bring-
inside.
Except for
Oh,
her.
until he met her.
Oh.
Right? I'm talking about her.
Duh.
Then you have to
He's been
understand the
saving up
dynamic
the
as a king.
feelings to have them.
Okay.
Oh,
We have
He
some
has
comments.
those
Go ahead.
instincts.
Ad Absurdum says that fan fiction to Smut Author Pipeline is no joke, lol. Alyssa says these books.
Heart
are
in Hand was a
amazing, love to
fanfic.
win. Ad Absurdum says you're listing all my favorite tropes.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right.
Heart in Hand was a fanfic. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it Little House on the
you're good.
Prairie?
I don't want to know who the
Absolutely
character.
not. It's
I don't want to know who they're
women's
based on.
soldiering.
If it's
If
Little
that's
House on
the
the
Little House
Prairie,
on
yeah.
the Prairie, I don't want to know.
I'd read that.
Is one of them Michael Landon?
Okay.
That's the only one I will accept because he was a
Are you talking
snack.
about-
He was
oh,
snacky.
the dad, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He built their house himself.
Yeah.
That's a man. What a man.
What
Okay.
a man.
On
Okay.
that note, okay, bye.
Yeah.
You're gonna wrap up. Okay, bye.
Thanks for the giveaway.
Yes. I know. I have to write this one down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold on.
Well, this was fun.
This was so much fun. So I have another giveaway.
Oh my.
Yeah. I'm going to give away a set of paperbacks and some swag because I don't have all of the swag left, but you'll see. It'll be a surprise. Whatever I have left, but will definitely get the 4 paperbacks that Laura so beautifully demonstrated. Did I say paperbacks? I said hardcovers.
Hardcovers and paperbacks.
Well, not the
So-
paperbacks. I don't have enough.
Okay, so
Unless it's a misprint of
Yeah.
Last First Kiss. But I do have a set of 4
Oh wow.
hardcovers
Nice.
to give away.
these 4.
So
With the beautiful.
with the beautiful dust jackets.
yeah.
let's just
Oh,
remember
that's a good.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And unfortunately, my
Nice.
giveaway is US only. But if somebody international wins, I will send a digital version of.
One more.
These things.
Vanaway's job is hard, you guys.
Yes. Okay.
You're doing it
So
beautifully.
now we've literally 5 minutes left. So now we have to figure out how we're gonna.
Are you gonna do the giveaways
choose
now live
the
or
winner.
after?
Yeah, they're gonna be live. So we'll figure out who. So
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So our stage manager is gonna choose.
Ooh.
So how many people are?
There's 6 people watching,
Okay.
and all of them have commented at least once.
Oh, well, that makes it easy. So each person gets. Okay. So.
So everybody can see who's still watching, because maybe some of them are.
I'm not sure who's.
Let's find out.
Yeah, can we go through the comments to see like if anybody who has left commented about the giveaway? Because that would be kind of.
Be like, sorry, you had to take your dog for a walk. You get nothing.
Yeah.
You went to the bathroom. Oops.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't think there's a way to see.
You can't see the older ones,
Currently watching, right?
You can just.
But-
scroll
but you
through.
can see the
I mean,
comments.
We can scroll through and see who's commented,
Oh, perfect.
but not who's currently watching at this second.
Right.
No, it's the people who commented that we
Oh,
want.
That we want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So let's see how
Silent
many
people get nothing.
Right. Let's see how many people have commented that they want to win something.
And while you're doing that, I'll just pick a page and see if I get sex on it.
There we go.
Oh, in that book,
Oh,
you
I
will.
love this game.
Each sex scene was like 4 chapters long.
Alyssa,
Oh my.
that's literally the channel name. It just says Alyssa, who said these books sound amazing, would love to win.
Yeah.
That's the one I just landed on.
Okay.
Alyssa.
So,
So, I mean, Alyssa is a winner.
yeah. Which one did she say she wanted to win?
I don't know. She just said these books sound amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It would be based on like what time.
Right. Let's just
Well,
look. There.
I can say that Alyssa was towards the end when Rebel came back.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
would guess.
All right. So, Alyssa, congratulations. This is so chaotic. Congratulations, Alyssa. You have won the Rebel Carter giveaway. All right. So let's do Priscilla's giveaway next, and just
That would have
random.
been like, yeah.
Yeah. Randomly pick someone.
Christina Bona.
Christina, congratulations. You have won these lovely books. Okay. Next, we're going to do Laura Lovely's full set.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yay! Who's going to win?
Ad absurdum.
Yay! Yay! How do you spell that?
A-D.
Uh-huh.
A-B-S.
Uh-huh.
U-R.
Yep.
D-A-M.
Okay.
Alyssa says, thank you. Those were the ones I was excited about.
Yay! Okay.
So Alyssa was definitely on. Watching.
Yes.
Yes.
See, now we know.
She was waiting for the giveaways. Okay. Katie's giveaway. Shmooshy Smeeden. Congratulations. Oh my God. You guys. Oh my God. What? All right. Whose house do I have to show up?
Charlotte loves to read.
Who is it?
Charlotte loves to read.
Oh,
Charlotte.
Oh.
Which UPS truck am I following?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Charlotte. Congratulations.
Begrudgingly.
I guess. Okay. So we're going to combine, since there are 6 people watching, we're going to combine the Pick the Book for the Smutty Book Club with the set of 4 paperbacks.
Gee, I wonder
4
what book you're
Or
going to choose.
hardback,
Hardcovers.
hardcover.
Yes.
Oy, yeah.
Okay, so who's going to get that one?
Colleen F.
Woo, Colleen.
Colleen! Congratulations. All right, and the
One.
Ellie Malouf giveaway.
I think everyone. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, the only one that hasn't gotten anything is A. Fisher.
All right, A.
Hey,
Fisher. Woo! You did it. Exciting.
What if these are actually your Shmooshy Smeeden's code names?
I know.
They are all
Yeah.
Shmooshy Smeeden. Spoiler alert.
We're going to be watching her stories like, what I'm reading now. Uh-huh.
How did you get that box before April? Mind your business. That's going to be the sound, the TikTok sound. First of all, mind your business. Wait.
Adam Sturdom says, thank you guys. I'm so excited.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks, everybody, for watching.
Yeah, this was so amazing. So, yeah, so the swag boxes are for fall are up for pre-order. Like I said, there's a total of 100, and that's 100 across like all the different tiers. So I think the cheapest, the least expensive tier, the most affordable tier is $30, and it goes all the way up to $280. There are promo codes floating around the internet. Oh yeah, we're out of time. Okay, there are promo codes floating around the internet. So
Colleen F says thank you.
yeah, you can find one. And who said thank you?
Colleen.
Colleen, is Colleen the one that won? No, okay. Colleen, you are most welcome because you're not Charlotte, who stole my giveaway. No, Charlotte, congratulations.
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings at all. But they're floating around. And also, I am aware that the boxes are a little pricey compared to other swag boxes. So you can do pay in 4 with Afterpay, Klarna, and PayPal. So you have a little time if that sweetens the pot a little bit. But I'm really excited about the fall books. We have Tasha L. Harrison. Somebody grab the door. Who's not on camera? I think it's... Who? Okay. I I don't know who that is.
Well, they're gonna be on the live soon.
Right. My son. So there's he's gonna make a guest appearance. So we have Tasha L. Harrison, we have Kimberly Lemming, we have Jenica Snow, we have Karina Halle, we have Andrea Hopkins, and we have Mina Esguerra.
Nice.
And we have all new designs from Hello Lovely Box, Element Essentials, Fable Bands. I'm rocking my Fable Band today. These are really soft and comfortable, I have to say. Like, I designed the fabric, but whatever they used, it is really nice. And I love the scrunchie. It's so soft. And Sex the Fashion and me, I'll be doing more design work. So we'll see. And there was actually a poll yesterday if you wanted for the pattern a spooky pattern or like foresty, autumnish woodland creatures, and I think the woodland creatures are winning. So
I'm excited to see what you're going to draw.
Yeah.
Me too. Hey, me too. So yeah, check out my Instagram for that. And yeah, you can get your box on LucyEden.com. And yes, there are some. I know Mariah and Kenman has a code. No Mom Stay and Read has a code. Well-Read Nursing Student. Nerd and Lace. So yeah, check those if you can. Check those people out. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're like ready to wrap up. Thank you so much to everyone for being here.
This was great.
Thanks to Dawn for running things and taking such great notes.
I enjoy reading.
I'm like looking at her notes like, wow.
Me too.
I was like, oh wow.
I was just like mimosa.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
All right.
We have a guest, special guest.
Smooshy
Yep.
Sweden.
Yeah,
He's running the YouTube upstairs.
Yes, exactly. See, buddy, now you got to be on YouTube. He's dying to make a YouTube video, so now he's got his chance.
Is he flossing?
He's dancing. He's flossing. Okay. On that note, it is time to cut the feed. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you in the fall.
Yay.
Bye.